Whoa. We got Pixel.
Whoa, Shy.
Oh, I forgot to change my focus. Classic.
That's okay.
You didn't see anything.
Right?
You don't want to sell me death sticks. Actually, this is the perfect opportunity. Oh, actually, hi chat. Welcome in everybody. I hope you're having a great Monday and everything's gone really well for you. Bread, congratulations on getting first. As per usual, I'd like to welcome in all the wonderful raiders from Sunny Stream. I hope you guys had fun with all of the arts that was going on. I kept popping in to take a look and it looked really good. So we're really happy about that. We're just gonna kind of hang around for a little bit while Sunny does some after stream care before we begin. Chad didn't see anything. First and a nat 20. That is true, Brad. You fucking nailed it too. Atarel, welcome in. Hope you have a good time at work, and I hope you enjoy the background noise and hilarious storyings that will be on.
I've never been funny in my life. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
I had something.
That is the one to lean into. Goddamn.
Anyway.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna make while we're kind of not doing much of anything at the moment. We're just kind of hanging out, shooting the shit.
Yeah, we're podcasting.
We're
Stalling,
podcasting,
as it were. Tech issues have never happened in the history of ever on this channel.
There is no scuff here. This is a
Are
scuff-free, professional streaming platform and streamers. Because there's multiple here. Yeah. Anyway. We gotta make a Nat 1 currency that people can add to every time a Nat 1 is rolled in this campaign.
Yippee!
Do we want it?
Add
Please
50
keep
though,
track of my
almost.
failures.
Do we want it to be like group wide, like all three of you cumulatively, how many ones you get, or like?
We can either do that, or if you wanted 3 separate ones, because Sunny almost never rolls a 1, but
That's true.
I was gonna say you can make it like really simple, like exclamation point B1 for me, and then C1 for Shy, and then S1 for Sunny. But
That's true.
otherwise, it could just be group wide. We'll just know that by group wide, we know that it's like 85% me.
I'm gonna have to display this information somehow. Because I can track the currency and mix it up. I have
We
not
can
yet
count Sunny's 20s.
displayed it. So, command being exclamation point B1. Should it be should it be first letter of name 1? Like Lyrai 1? Like L1?
We could do that because we all have different first letters, so it could be L1, M1, P1. LMP? Bro.
Lyrai Nat 1s. Okay. We have created that currency. Let's get it tested.
I will say last session, I'm pretty sure I didn't roll a 1.
I thought you did.
I didn't delete the logs this time.
I don't think so. I failed in my rolls. I don't think I rolled a 1, and I did roll a singular 20.
We're making progress, Chad.
Oh, I see a 1. That was the giant crab.
Indeed, indeed. I'm also skimming, but I'm not seeing Nat 1s.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no Nat 1. Oh, don't
Those
let me
crabs
forget.
really were just like sucking.
We did forget to let you do your roll at the end of the session last
You're
time.
right. I screamed that.
Right.
I forgot.
We both
Mr.
forgot.
DM, I'd like to roll to steal your panties, but last week.
We're time traveling. All right.
Okay, well I missed. It's
Yep.
fine. Oh, Sunny, my
Hello.
lip.
Hello.
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 Welcome in.
Everything
we're
died and it exploded. Like the second I ended stream and raided in, everything collectively died.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
welcome.
Welcome back.
Hi.
I will finish this Nat 1 command later because that's gonna be a little bit more involved than I want to get.
Okay, fair enough. Then, Mr. DM, I'd like to roll to steal your panties today.
Today. Okay. Yo,
Oh,
it was so close.
Oh, oh,
Yeah?
oh. Yeah, I got an 18.
I'm hearing a pigeon, and it's not the person I thought was the pigeon.
Crazy.
Crazy. So anyway, guys. You all good there, Sonny? By the way? Everything hunky dory? Get your break in between and everything? I'm gonna go with yes.
It's not. Hold on.
Oh, are you trying to open the program?
It's not even loading.
Well, to be fair, I did have to open it twice as well because the first time I didn't want to load anything, so that
Sometimes
might not be
it's-
entirely a you thing.
Sometimes it's just fickle, honestly.
I
Well,
believe
now I'm
you.
getting the like downloading world bar, but like it wasn't even
I thought
popping that
you-
up. It was just sitting there blank at me, and I was like, panic. It's fine. Everything's fine. Anyways, hi.
Everything's
Word.
fine.
Who's ready for a
Fine, I'm not
recap?
So today's recap is brought to you by the wonderful Mads, who is currently floating in air. Take it away, Mads.
All right. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, we like started in the village that we had just saved, and everyone was very, very healthy, and like everything was growing again, and we had helped them recuperate after being starved basically. Joe aged up, leveled up. He's like 25 canonically because of all of his aging that's happened to the poor dude. Mordred made us cool new tokens. Insert tokens here.
Cool token. Zoom in on Mads just for effect.
Cool new tokens. Grotmore got us a boat for us to leave. We took the boat to Melody Cove, or towards Melody Cove, and then we ended up like at this random village. I don't know the name of the village, I'm so sorry. We met this guy named Tarn, and Mads healed his arm because he got attacked by a giant crab or somebody. I can't remember if it was a crab or not.
It was crap.
Seabreak Village, and yes, a giant crab.
There we go.
The village of Four Hut.
More like
The
a
Four Hut
hamlet,
Village.
really.
I see.
Four Hut Hamlet Village was getting attacked by giant crabs, and some people named the Painted Daggers. And we tracked down the crabs into this cave where we are now. And Mads has a power that got awoken by like 3 episodes ago and is about to explode. And now I'm like up in the air.
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty on point. Yeah.
Yeah, now you are a pigeon.
And now we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
If you've ever wondered what a pigeon versus a giant kaiju crab battle looks like, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We're doing that right now.
Oh, and we got to walk on water for a little bit, and Mads got to be the tallest person.
Well, technically,
Because they
you're
just got
still
to walk,
technically on
and
it.
you guys all had
Well,
to army crawl on the
You're
floor,
not on it
or
anymore.
whatever. No, not anymore. Now I'm definitely the tallest person in the room.
Is that how that works? Just wherever your head is?
Yeah.
I love that.
Additionally, you guys did find a mural on the wall, which depicted some funny things.
Mhm.
Yeah, Explodey Mountain and Pangea go boom. I don't remember what you named it as a whole, but that's the reference that I'm
Pangea.
using.
Pangea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
still
know.
fake.
That's the idea.
Right?
It was
Like,
all one piece and then it exploded and now it's multiple pieces, aka like our map now.
yeah. Let me
Yeah,
put this
up
wonderful
the thing.
image up. I'll put it over my head, I guess. I'll have a bald head, which looks so funny, even though it's mostly shaved anyway.
Map.
But yeah, so funny image depicting things, and
Plus some crabs is crazy.
I thought that was fine. I enjoyed drawing the little crab.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't think you missed anything else. I think you nailed that recap. As far as your current situations,
Yeah.
the situation you find yourself in, so you're currently in the middle of combat.
My favorite part.
Oh yes.
I
Please
want
do.
my D4 in case today sucks.
No, yeah, no, that's fine.
My favorite part is stuck between two because either on the boat ride over when I was annoying everyone with my sea shanties and then I tried to bond and then
Sea
nobody was buying
shanty.
it.
Yep.
Or when I ran into one of my past cohort's moms and I was gonna try and hit that, but it didn't work. Both of those from my character's perspective, banger. Also from my perspective, banger.
But there would be no banging.
No. Banger, we hardly know her, Smudge. Anyway.
D4.
Yippee.
My favorite part was that the party came up with a plan, like, right away.
That's
And we stuck
crazy.
to it. And probably the giant crabs. Like, I really wasn't expecting to fight a bunch of giant crabs.
No one ever expects the giant crabs.
No, until they're upon you.
Truly.
Oh Lord.
D4.
If you have giant crabs upon you, please see a doctor.
No, you might need something. You might need a zoologist.
You need an exterminator is what you need.
I was gonna say I don't think the normal antibiotics is gonna do shit for you or whatever they even give you for that.
I have no idea. Is it like lice?
Probably
Is
some
there
sort-
like...
Yeah,
it's like a cream
genital
and stuff
lice,
they give you
yeah.
too.
Yeah, a cream makes sense.
Is like cream in a little comb, just in case?
Yeah, because a comb. Yeah, true. Yeah, just treat it like something that'll kill any life in the area. And then anyway,
At that point, just shave, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Here we are.
Pyri.
Yes. What are we doing, Mr. DM? Crabs.
If
Oh,
Pyri
I don't wanna
has
share.
anything, Pyri's welcome to share.
Cutting up crab dies and trapping one with a funny spell in water. Well, we
Oh,
have to
yeah.
walk over top of it and scaring the DM.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That
That is always your favorite.
that
part.
was such a clever use of the spell. Perfect. All right, guys. D4 for you. Thank you, everybody, for participating in your favorite part of last session, because that is always nice to hear. I like to hear what you like, because then I can do more shenanigans. So, you guys ended session with Pyri and Lyrai watching as Mads was grappled by one of the crabs and when you were grappled, Mads, your internal well of power exploded forth, and you found yourself flying 10 feet above the crab, no longer grappled, as you get to receive this cool new power that I just dropped on you in your features tab that you can go and take a look at.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Am I allowed to know?
Yeah, you can look
I
at
see
it.
you showing it on stream.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, as a clarification point for high table stuff, but Mad specifically is your well of power is something that is going to be referred to as veil magic. In the current context, you get 1 veil magic per long rest.
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't stack, so you just have 1 charge. That's all you have per day. And you can expend it to activate a particular ability. However, there are other bits of information in play that are dependent on your activation that I cannot reveal at this time, which will influence your abilities for the time being. Suffice to say, you can use your well of power anytime you like, with the intention of utility or attack.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all.
That's at least a hint on how to potentially use it.
I mean, objectively, you could also like take some time when you're not fighting a giant crab and like do like a self search or something.
Mhm.
But for this particular situation, yeah, that's where we're at. You have used your veil magic charge for the day and obtained golden veil wings. Oh, and also Joe is currently grappled by this other crab. And on that note, we are going to begin the combat as it is. So let's
go.
I do believe we are starting on Mads' turn. Mads, let me adjust this real quick. Mads, you are 10 feet in the air, which is about 5 feet higher than the crab is right now, because the crab is both underwater and above water as a 10-foot crab. So you are like just above it in the air. What would you like to do? Other than maybe freak out?
I would say I'd probably be freaking out because I'm falling through the air. How did this happen?
Whoa, Mads, were you always able to do that?
No, this is new. So. Okay, I would like to use Ray of Enfeeblement on the crab in front of me.
Ray of Enfeeblement actually is going to be really useful against the crab, I would think.
Crab.
All right. Con saving throw. Oh, that is a self roll, but I will reveal it for all to see.
What?
That's disturbing.
That crab
Rigged.
started with a nat 20, fellas.
Hopefully it only
Rigged.
goes downhill from here.
Rigged. Mr. DM's dice are loaded.
No, I didn't program that. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't poke.
So you may use a cantrip or take another action instead of movement. I'll also be aware, if I didn't already mention it, your current speed is 40 feet of flying movement at any given time, provided you have wings.
Okay. Okay, I will do a word of radiance towards the crab, and hopefully that'll do something.
Perfect.
technically, that one's still dead. It gets disadvantage on its next attack. That's something.
Each creature of your choice you can see must succeed on a con saving throw. What do you got, Crab? Damn. To be honest, they're
What?
pretty hardy
What are these
individuals.
rolls?
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty hardy, so like I'm sorry.
What?
It's okay. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Joe. Joe is currently being thrashed about by this crab. What was the DC? 14 to escape. Shit, was it? Yeah. I think we were doing... I didn't put what the... It was a deck saving throw, that was what. Alright, Joe, what do you got here, buddy? Can you get out of the crab's hands? No. Joe thrashes about as the crab maintains its grip on him. He's not being crushed, but he's not doing hot, so he's gonna try and get out one more time. Buddy. Buddy.
He's trying. He's doing his best.
He's doing his best. Due to his nat 1, his hands slip. The crab will receive a free move. The crab attempts to crush when his hand slips off of the pincer, but he manages to get it back on before the crab is able to do any damage to Joe. So they are just currently locked in combat. Now we're on this one. And this one's food has started to fly away. So we're going to do a quick little roll to see who it's interested in.
It's not gonna sprout wings, right?
Well, I feel like that would probably take away from your wing sprouting. Like, oh, the crabs could do it. This isn't special anymore.
Oh dear.
Let me think here. I think technically this would provide you with an attack of opportunity, Mads. Once it
Is
leaves.
Tangled in the stuff?
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, that's right. What's the DC on that? Let's take a look.
I don't remember. Hold on.
Entangle.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it, but I think it saved the first time, but we said if it moved anywhere, it's
Yeah, it has to do it again. Of it.
Yeah, it has to do it again.
Yeah, it did save.
8 plus mod. You know what? Here, I'm just gonna do this.
What
That.
is it?
For the duration these
That's in the way.
plants turn the
That's not
no,
helpful
I
for me.
took away my reading.
You plus 6. Here, you know what I'm gonna do? Don't consume a spell slot, thank you.
Oh, yeah. I was
Problem-
just gonna screenshot it and put it in our chat too.
I was
To
just-
reference from a million years ago.
I was like, it's the same spell, but like, I just need to know what the DC was, which is 16. So, it is going to try and take a 5-foot step this way, and then it's going to try and surge forward. If it succeeds, it will do the surge, otherwise it will have expended an action and failed. Wow, it expended an action and failed, being caught by the vines under the water, keeping it in place. As you watch the foam kind of gather up in the mouth, and it kind of clicks and clacks at you at a distance, trying to snap at you, but you're, out of range. In anger, and now being unable to reach, it's going to turn its attention to the only thing within its reach. And it's going to take a swing up at Mads. Mads, you're getting used to these wings, and they're pretty neat. And as it reaches up the snap, you just kind of flap them forward and manage to just zip right out of the way, as if it was as easy as breathing. That ends.
Take that.
You're so graceful.
So graceful. Pyri's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. Where the hell am I? I am. No Sage. Let me go over here. And we're gonna cast. Whoops, that's the wrong button.
Hmm?
I still have the entangled thing open.
Oh.
We're
I mean,
gonna
if it's-
cast.
Yeah.
We're gonna Withering Bloom.
Withering Bloom?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright.
And I'm gonna heal myself with that if possible.
Absolutely. Alright. So big giant crab, as you cast this isn't concentration, right? Perfect.
It is not.
It is not. So you maintain the entanglement. As this gnarled black dark tendrils kind of climb up the vines into the crab, you watch as it can't seem to penetrate the armor of the crab itself. Not particularly well anyway. But it still takes half as much on a successful one. So while it doesn't penetrate the armor necessarily, it does rot and decay parts of its shell, leaving the flesh inside a little bit exposed. He will take 3 points of damage, and I believe you take the same in healing. Is that how that works? Equal to the
One
roll.
creature of your choice in that area can spend roll one of its unspent hit dice, regain a number of hit points. I don't remember how to do the hit dice thing though.
At the top of your thing where the short rest and long rest is where you're.
Oh.
Yep. And then you can also take an additional 6 HP on top of that.
So I can just roll one hit dice.
Yep, just one hit
Yes.
die. Nice, nice. So you're gonna
Plus
get
the 6.
yeah, 9 plus 6 is what you're gonna heal. So
Oh, did you just add it in?
no, I didn't. It did it for you automatically, that 9. So just do an
Oh.
additional 6. Yeah, when you roll a hit
Okay.
dice, it does it for you.
I didn't know that. I just like looked over and saw it change, and I was like, I didn't do that.
Did you do that? I didn't do that. Someone did that.
All right.
Why does it say I have 0 hit dice now, though?
I don't know.
That's an interesting question.
Oh, because I'm dumb. It's fine.
We'll know you'll have whatever you have minus
It's
1.
fine. I'm just dumb, and I clicked the wrong button. It's
So I
okay.
think you took a little bit of movement. So you used your movement to get there. And
I
then
did.
action. So you have a bonus action remaining.
I don't think I can do anything.
Yeah, bonus actions aren't always like super useful unless you're like a specific class that basically uses it every time. Looks at Lyrai.
Me!
You guys get the cool
More
spells.
attacks!
Lyrai
Yay!
gets the bonus actions.
And it's my turn.
Yippee!
Larry's
I'm
turn.
gonna aim at this one.
The first one,
And I'm-
you got it.
And I'm gonna do my psychic blade.
Psychic Blade!
Go!
Ooh.
Big and massive. Does a 26 hit, Mr. DM?
26 will hit. So you huck
I
that
have an
blade.
ally
Yep.
within 5 feet. I would like to apply my sneak attack.
Please do so. Ooh. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay.
And then I would like to not move and attack again. I don't know why I rolled sneak attack. Hold on, ignore me. I hit the
Damn,
wrong
that was a
button.
good sneak attack too. I'm a little
I know.
sad.
I can't delete it for some reason. It's not allow. It's fine. We're gonna ignore
I
that.
see
Anyway,
that.
my actual attack
Uh,
with advantage.
Yep.
Because my first one hit. There we go.
Yeah. Bam. Hit it again.
Yippee!
Any additional actions? That would be your...
Oh, now it lets me delete it. Anyway. And then for my bonus action, I'd like to do it again.
Do it again!
With advantage. I don't know how much more advantage I can get on that, though. Okay.
I mean, if you got a 20, it would be double damage. So it's never hurts to roll.
I know. Right.
So as you hurl dagger after dagger, with the crab very entranced with Mads, they shatter across the back of the shell, and in some of the small portions where the shell has been decayed off by the wither and bloom by your ally Pyri, you watch as the crab kind of rides and wriggles but can't really move, and you can just see its eyes darting back and forth as it is incredibly concerned for its health, as it has started to look very worn. There are huge chunks of the shell that are starting to have been pierced. The legs are starting to look very weak as they're struggling to break free from the entanglement, and the daggers are just causing it so much damage. Any additional actions, or I think that's all of them, yeah?
Yep.
All right. So this one is currently holding Joe, and he's just gonna try and crush him.
No! Not my
23,
baby!
23 will hit, and you listen as Joe's as his armor starts to crush around him, and you can hear that straining metal, that screech of when something metallic is crunched. And Crab's just having a good old time. It's gonna do it again. Oh no.
Well,
damn. Okay, so
Oh dear.
Oh my God.
the crab manages to get both pincers on either side of Joe and begins twisting and crushing at the same time, and you can hear the armor that Joe is wearing start to rend, start to peel like a sardine can, and Joe's cries of anguish echo in the cave as he says, "Ah!" That'll end that crab's turn. Top of the round
Wow.
for Matt's turn.
Well, I'd like to do prayer of healing so Mr. Joe does not die. Hopefully.
Save our child.
Prayer of healing cannot
That's
be
a
used.
10-minute
Add your thing back. Your
What?
spell slot. It's 10-minute cast time. I know.
he'll die before 10 minutes. We'll do it after combat.
So make sure you re-add your spell slot for that, though.
Oh, okay. Okay. I have an idea. I'd like to use my little wings and flap over to him. And then...
If you leave the area of this crab, it's going to attempt to take a claw at you. Yeah, there you go.
So would like right here be...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
As long as you're within the square that, like, surrounds its square, you're good.
Gotcha. Okay. And I would like to do... And is it? Cure wounds.
Ooh.
I'd like to reach down and touch his head. And cure wounds.
That's not a bad cure wounds, even. All right. So you fly past the crab, keeping an eye on it, and you get close to Joe, kind of coming down a little bit from your height, making yourself about 5 feet above the surface of the water. So now you are eye level with the crab you were fighting. As you reach out and you touch Joe's shoulder, who is currently being twisted, and you push healing energies in as your lotus glows a soft white color. And Joe takes 15 points of healing, and you watch as the rends and tears around the midsection where his armor has been rended, which is no longer useful at this point. You can see the flesh beneath knit and heal itself as it comes together. And he breathes a small sigh of relief for that.
Yay. For my one... Wait, do I get one more action?
No, you moved about
Okay.
15 feet, theory.
Yep.
So you have a bonus action available if you have something you can do with that.
Can I use a cantrip with that?
Not necessarily. It has to be a bonus action specifically. It should list it under
It'll
spell
say.
usage. So, like,
Okay.
Spare the Dying, for example, is a bonus action. I don't think you have any more bonus action spells.
Gotcha.
You might be
I
able
see what you
to... I don't know if Channel Divinity... No, that's an action.
Mm-hmm.
I think its sub-actions are bonus, but yeah. So that would be your turn. So Joe, having been healed, has a burst of strength as he does one attempt to try and escape. Holy fuck, bud.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck, bud. Well, since we're maintaining it, the crab gets another opportunity to rend Joe. And succeeds. And Joe is no longer attempting to escape. Joe's gonna do some shit. In a furious scream of both rage, fear, necessity, Joe screams out, nice, and uses a second wind because he's useful now.
Yes, sir.
He's able to heal himself for his maximum healing amount of 10 points of healing. With a bonus action, he has his long sword in hand and he takes it and he attempts to shove it right into the jaw, into the maw of this crab, which is successful as he plunges it into its face and kind of whips the blade around, cutting arteries, tendons, other really important, face muscles. The crab foams and surges and starts to thrash about. Joe uses action surge and attempts to stab it again. Fuck yeah.
Let's go, Joe.
Yo. He fucking crit and everything.
So proud of you.
He stabs that blade in and cuts outwards, declawing one of the claws on its way out. And as the claw lands in the water, big splash, the crab stumbles backwards and still maintains its grip on Joe with the one claw. But that'll be Joe's turn. He has expended a lot to do all that. Good job, Joe. Honestly.
So proud.
That was... Okay, crab. What was it? It was a string.
Strength saving.
Yeah. Here we are. DC 16. Yo, he's free! He's looking at only 2 people, so I'm assigning numbers to the 2 people. And he has chosen. As he looks over at the person who's been casting all these funny little spells on it, and angrily steps forward out of the entanglement.
Does that mean I get a strike?
You do get a free strike on him.
What is that again?
For you, it'll be a melee weapon attack, unless you have the
Oh.
Warcaster feat, which I do not believe you do.
I don't.
Yeah, so you can use your mace if you want to try and give him a kerthunk.
I would like to
Yeah.
thunk.
Nope.
I don't thunk very good.
You the crab begins to move away, seemingly able to move all of a sudden, and you try to take a swing, but it's just a little bit too late. You were just healing Joe. Your brain was not able to keep up with the moving of the crab, which scuttled very quickly over in front of Pyri, before taking a swing with its claw. Does a 14 connect?
Nope.
Probably not. Let's go.
The crab takes a swing, and its pincer lands in the water near you as you kind of just lean out of the way, and a huge splash of water comes up, kind of like rains down on the area for the moment, and then it is the crab. It is no longer the crab's turn, as you get to now move.
Cool. I'm gonna attack this thing's eyeballs like I did the other one.
As a reminder,
Fuck
it's sickle,
you.
and then it's a higher DC to hit.
Probably.
All right,
But
so
I try.
you take your swing, and the little eyeballs go as they kind of suck back in, and they are not hit by the sickle, as it kind of
What the hell?
slowly like puts out the weird little eyeballs and kind of looks at you, and you can kind of see some rage and anger in its eyes.
But you know what that was given was the fucking crab from Moana with the shiny. When you had the eyeballs like pop back in, he's like, yeah, because he does that. Oh my god.
Anyways. You know what would also be really funny? If I just wasn't here. And I just
You don't say.
faced up.
How are you going again?
Huh. Well, all right. Yeah, you just
Now, yes, if he wants to come back over here, he can chase me back through the vines.
Or
that's
take the long way around.
so
I guess,
goddamn
if
funny.
he's smart enough.
it's
I
so
love
fucking
playing-
funny. What a beautiful turn. All right. So yeah,
It's a
you
bonus action. So,
you zip on over there. Do you have a... Yeah, you have Sprig. Ah, that doesn't apply here, I see.
why doesn't?
Your face step, because you have Spring selected as your season as an Eladrin, you would be able to use the Spring subtext in your ability. So you would be able to touch somebody and teleport instead of you.
You could have yeeted the crab away. That's crazy.
They gotta be willing.
Yeah, no, it has to be a willing
Oh.
creature. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I never use it. I only use it to teleport myself.
I mean, that makes the most sense, honestly.
That, I've teleported you guys before, I think. So
Probably.
When I simply
probably.
yoink.
So,
this only happened like once.
Yeah.
you, as you teleport away, the crab seems to be completely confused about the situation, looking around with its eyes swiveling with a zealous anger and confusion as you reappear next to the other crab, who is currently squishing the Joe.
Cool. Awesome.
Bonus action?
Technically that
That is
was a bonus action. It is not
Oh.
considered an action.
Wow. Okay,
so-
another action then. Have at.
Another action. For my other action, can I use a spell or no? Is it you? What?
Yeah, you can use a spell. You haven't used one, so yeah,
Cool.
you can use a spell.
Oh.
What? are the
Wow.
odds of that one?
That is so many
No.
ones. Holy
That
shit.
is so many ones, but technically it goes 3 times.
It
so,
does, yeah. Were you shooting at this one? Or that one?
We'll say I shot the first one at the badly injured one, and we're
Okay.
gonna try the other 2 lovely shots at the one that I'm currently standing in front of.
All right, have at it. All right, that one will hit. That one will not hit, unfortunately.
Sad
So
face.
you swing the eyes in the first crab, suck back in as you teleport out of the way, teleport next to the other crab on the far side of your entanglement, landing on the water. You fire one shot at the first crab and then take the 2 second shots of fire at the second. Only one of those shots hit, the other one harmlessly blasting into the water and just sizzling, bubbling away. I believe that is your turn, yes?
Yes.
All right.
Cool, I'm gonna get
Lyrai.
him. Yeehaw. I'm gonna get him.
You gonna get him?
I don't know
I
if you
didn't
get
get
him.
Which one were
I
you
didn't
shooting
get
at?
him, but I will try again. We're kind of suffering.
That's rough. That's rough.
It's okay. We got one more try. It's just smaller.
Yay!
Okay. A whopping 2 schmeckles.
2 schmeckles. 2 schmeckles. You take that shot. The first 2 blades fly harmlessly overhead as the third one manages to impact on one of the more open portions of the crab's shell before it's disintegrating. You watch as it flinch as it hits. It is this crab's turn. This one is still holding Joe, and he's gonna continue to just smoosh.
No.
All right,
Stop
so
it.
he will not let go. He only has one hand, so he only has one option. The other one got knocked off. Ah, that doesn't hit. Holy shit. So, you hear Joe cry out as that first squeeze manages to start smashing, crushing, and bending and warping the metal armor that he wears. The second one, Joe manages to grab the pincer and pull it back like outwards, so it can't quite clamp as hard as it wants to clamp. And that will put us up at Mads' turn.
Okay, I'd like to use Bless first.
Ooh, okay. Remember this time that it is a concentration spell.
Right. Wait.
I'm within 30 feet. Let's go.
I'm just mentioning that it's a concentration spell because you cast it previously and then it costs another concentration spell right after.
Can I take it back?
Sure. Yeah, take it back.
Okay. I'm gonna do
Never
it in a different
mind.
order.
Sure. So what's the new order?
I'm thinking. Okay, I figured it out. I'm gonna try to do Ray of Enfeeblement again.
Okay,
I
love
wanna hit the one in front of me that's holding Joe.
Ray of Enfeeblement, done deal. Let's go. All right. Con saving throw. Holy shit, it
Yay!
didn't
Wow.
happen. Wow.
Finally!
All right, on a
strength-based D20 tests. Wow. It also subtracts a D8 from all its damage rolls. Wow.
Oh.
It's a save at the end of each of its turns. Wow.
Whoop. I have not been applying this spell properly.
Ooh.
I literally said it out loud and then I forgot to. I was like, no, it still did something. It has disadvantage on its next thing. Fuck.
Well, he'll get disadvantage on the next, like, 3 attacks. So there's that.
Yeah.
But, this one is currently...
Honestly, I need to start having a notepad for D&D so that I write down the things that I say. Holy shit. Memory of a goldfish.
That's
Jesus
me.
Christ.
So as you hold the lotus, it glows and you hold your hand out, and out of your hand comes this sickly greenish ray of energy. And as it crashes into the shell of the crab, it seems to sort of melt over top, just sort of pouring as if it's a thick, sludgy water. And you watch as it seems like every action the crab takes is a little more frail than it used to be. So, disadvantage on all strength tests and subtracts 1d8 from all damage rolls. God damn.
Okay, so now that I'm in concentration, I can't use bless anymore.
Yeah,
just
no more concentration.
But at least now he's has disadvantage. However, I can use this.
Ooh.
Wait, did that work?
Word of Radiance. Is that a cantrip? Yeah. Then you're fine.
Mhm.
Yep, sure is. Alright, con saving throw. Unfortunately successful. But it is enfeebled. You should still have a bonus action? No, okay.
No.
Oh, I broke it with the pause. Hang on. There we go. Alright, Joe, buddy. Joe, buddy. You are doing your best. You are working so hard. Alright, Joe is going to attempt to stab the crab. He does manage to stab, again, right into the face. The crab seemingly is a little easier to hit, and Joe pinpointedly hits it right in the eye stalk, going right into where it connects to the body, cutting one of the eye stalks off into the water. Bloop, before the crab kind of reaches out, retches its legs swiveling and squirming as he takes another swing, managing to hit once again. This crab is looking pretty roughed up. It is not doing great, but neither is Joe for that matter, so.
I'm about to get bum rushed.
Yeah, there's only one obvious target for this crab.
Yep.
They ain't that smart, but they're like, oh, hey, yeah.
Yeah, I hit them with a sharp thing, and Sunny's fire thing missed, so it...
Oh, actually, hold up.
Hold up, what? Oh, no.
You watch as the legs kind of brace, and then it just thrashes forward. The water around it splashing outwards. Bro, that's beautiful.
But I don't care!
That's beautiful. Okay. As it comes up to you, it expects to bash into you. And you, being quite nimble, and you have the ability to stand on water, which it does not, you manage to leap way, way higher than it expects, and you do this like forward flip as it gets right underneath you, and you land on top of its shell and steady yourself up above.
You are crab riding, baby. Let's go.
Basically, it is.
Crabs have a Larry.
Horribly upset by this, and it is reaching up to try and grab you, and it just cannot seem to get A grip on you, I don't think. I think you're higher than a 16. I hope so. Otherwise, it's gonna be
I'm
very
not, but I
funny.
can make myself higher than a 16 because of my reaction where I can add. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ba-bum. Harry. Because that's a
Harry.
melee thing, right?
Yeah, you're in melee. I don't know.
Yeah. So it adds 3 to my AC, so I go from a 15 to an 18.
Damn, that's so cool, honestly. So
I
yeah, it
can take a
reaches
reaction
up,
to add 3.
and you
I would
just
hope its claw is melee.
you hop up around out of the way, just dashing around the shell as it reaches up and tries to grab you, and it's getting aggressive and super upset with it, and it's starting to grab even harder. And unfortunately for itself, it attacks itself because it's dumb. And it hits itself because it's fucking dumb.
Oh.
As it plunges its own pincer into its shell, trying to grab you, it screeches and starts to shuffle around on the water, splashing, making these huge waves. They're crashing up against the edges of this chamber that you're in. And you are straight crab riding right now. You're just riding the wave.
Hell yeah!
Pyri, your turn.
Cool. Wheel? Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Oh, for entertainment chat, I have provided a meme.
That's awesome. 10 out of 10.
Oh, we got our meme of the week? Huge!
Meme of the week.
Yeah! No longer shiny! Oh, it's too good.
I'ma just try to attack you.
Ooh, yeah. Primal Savagery. A good cantrip.
Yep.
All right. You grow out your nails into these large talons, these large claws, and take a swing, but it just sort of like scrapes along the external shell of this crustacean. You're not able to pierce it.
Do it again.
Do it again! Unfortunately, it is the same result as you basically bounce off of the shell.
Screaming, crying, throwing it.
Actually, hold up. That doesn't count. You can only do a cantrip and a spell. You can't do 2 cantrips or 2 spells. Which kind of benefits you in this moment, but, you know.
That's debatable. Are you just gonna get pissed off then? And just try and fucking burn it if she can.
Yeah! Burning feet!
All right. The crab is making its dexterity saving throw. Does not succeed. They are not particularly dexterous. As you hold your... I'm just going to say you jump and, like, fire bend out of your feet, because why not? Unfortunately, you jump a little too zealously, and most of the fire goes above the crab. But just a bit. That 4 points of damage manages to smash into it. And you can smell a delicious... kind of little sizzle of crab meat gonna get scorched.
I don't think she can do anything else. I don't think I have anything else that I can do. Wait, I have one more non-spell action that I can do, right? If I'm not moving.
Yes. No. You have used Burning Hands and you have used your Primal Savagery, so you should have a bonus action to use. If you have any bonus actions, you can use those.
No.
All right.
Doesn't fit.
That ends Pyri's turn and puts us over on Lyrai. You are up. You are crab riding. As this crab is thrashing about, it has plunged its own pincer into its own shell as you are riding atop it. What would you like to do?
Yes, I would like to stab my real dagger into it in a real big downward shove.
Nice.
Did that hit?
It did actually.
Okay.
It just does.
I was oblivious.
So you, in the big hole, as the pincer comes out, it leaves a very exposed amount of fleshy tissue inside, and you take your dagger and just plunge it into that fleshy bit, and it writhes underneath, screams out, and it's starting to slow down a little bit. It's just barely starting to scuttle back and forth as if it's starting to reach the end of its lifespan.
Perfect. Then I would, because that was my normal dagger, I would like to nick it. What? Bruh.
There is no nicking happening.
Wait, okay, hold on. Does advantage negate a 1?
Yes.
Okay. Sick. Okay, sick.
That worked out really well. Beautiful. Tell me how you imagine the crab going down.
Probably I would have just done 2 daggers at the same time because I have to. So in my mind, I probably just like, when I plunged one down, I plunged the other, and one like kind of went in, but the other one went solidly in. And the crab is just like screaming and like wobbling, and I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna be dinner tonight, yeah. But I'm also hanging on because it's a giant thing and it's wobbling because it's like falling to its death. So I'm like hanging on to it because I'm on top. So I'm trying not to fall off.
All right, I love this. So you take those 2 daggers and plunge them into the open hole its pincer left. And as it's thrashing about, it's going to move you. You move upwards, you move right twice, you move up, and you smash into this wall, like the crab smashes into the wall, as it stops and just slumps down in the water, some of its internal gunk kind of oozing outwards. You do go with it, so you're a little bit further away, but the crab crashes into the wall. You watch as the wall and all of the surrounding areas, as it thumps into that wall, kind of shakes. There's dirt that kind of falls down from the ceiling. Some bricks fall out of the wall, and the crab is still as it perishes.
Amazing.
Now,
Right,
I don't...
now that that's dinner,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna throw, because that was just one action, because it was an attack and nick.
Yep.
So I'm gonna throw my psychic blade behind me at Senior Crib.
Senior Crab. All right, you hurl it.
Sure, I'm
Yeah.
giving a solid attempt at a hurl.
Okay.
Yep.
So you huck that psychic blade, and it goes kind of between the space where Mads and Joe is, that little iridescent blade, flying in between as it smashes into the bloodied, gouged, gorged out facial area of this crab and shatters on impact. That psychic damage causing the crab itself to screech, writhing in pain. It does
Cool.
not look like it's doing hot.
I have many allies within 5 feet of it, so I would like to apply my sneak damage.
Sneak damage. No fucking way. Okay, you apply the sneak damage in it. It looks like this crab is, you know, probably maybe just 1 point of something away from death right now.
Oh my god, fine. I will use my bonus action attack on the fucking crab. Oh, god. Yeah!
There you go.
It's literally only 2 damage. It's a...
So as you throw your final dagger, it flies past everyone, crashes in, and shatters on the crab as it can't take any additional input, and it just shuts down, perishing in that moment.
That was for my son, bitch!
All right.
Guys, we got dinner.
So,
Seafood is on the menu.
menu. As combat ends, you all kind of look around, kind of taking stock of yourselves. Joe seems to be trying to tend to himself a little bit. He's trying to remove some of this rended, destroyed armor. He rolled too poorly to keep it, so it is officially destroyed.
Is it safe to take off of him, or is it like the one thing that's keeping his innards in?
No, he's not that messed up. Man's got to him for that.
I was gonna say, this is not gonna be like a remove the blade moment just to have everything come falling out.
I'm gonna simply touch Joe.
Simply touch Joe. Love it.
I would like to look around to see if that third crab that fucked off is anywhere in the attainable vicinity.
Give me a perception. And Pyri, as you touch Joe, a lot of the wounds that you can visibly see and those that you can't as well heal and knit together before your eyes. He looks like he is in a lot less pain, although still not like super hot.
Same, see.
Lyrai, looking around at the 2 bodies of the crabs, the vicinity in the area, the water in this particular place, you've been walking on it, so you haven't really gotten a good opportunity to really look too deeply at it, but the further into the chamber you go, the deeper the water seems to get. You can also see like gouges in the dirt, and like walls have crumbled inwards into these areas. With a 19, you could probably discern wherever that crab is. It's probably in some little tunnel somewhere that would be very difficult to reach.
Damn.
Also, I unpaused it because I forgot I had it paused.
Guys, I think that third crab is actually gone. But we got 2 of them. How are you feeling, Joe?
Pyri's immediately going to run to Mads and just... Wait, are you still flying here?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. You have flight for a minute.
How long was that fight? High table.
That was about 4 rounds,
turns.
so 24 seconds.
Wow.
So you still
I can't
fly?
wait for
Did
the
you fly
sudden
any
moment
higher?
Where they just poof and then you just flop on your butt.
I'd like to go down to the ground, but like kind of hover above the ground.
Okay. So as you're hovering there, give me a dexterity saving throw. Okay. As the wings dissipate, you can kind of feel whatever magic is holding them in place start to release. And you brace your feet as you drop a couple of, like a foot to the ground and land pretty solidly, as you no longer have wings.
Pyri is just going to simply grab Mads and just start looking at them and like turning them and being like, "You didn't tell me you were part chicken."
Yeah, that's a good point. Does anybody else have anything that they can randomly turn into? Just so we can, like, get that off of our chest now? Joseph, do you turn into something too?
Well, I was almost a sardine.
You know, that's not what we were talking about, but I love that for you, honey. I'm so glad you're still with us.
Maz is gonna look at
It's gonna be
Pyri and be like,
I
I don't know.
Chicken?
Chicken?
I
Chicken?
don't know why I have wings. I just felt weird all day, and then I just exploded out of me when I saw the crabs.
Sure did. Can you do anything else funny?
I can hit you.
What?
That'd be kind of funny.
What the? No. Actually, nah. You know what? Go ahead. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I just finished off 2 out of 3 crabs. Try me. I'm ready. I'm just dancing back and forth like hot feet. Like, yeah.
I'd like to trip Lyrai.
Give me an unarmed strike, would you?
Surely my dexterity won't do me
Attack,
dirty.
grapple, or shove.
An attack is fine. We're just trying to see if you can hit.
Okay.
All right. Mads, you kind of stick your foot out to trip Lyrai. But Lyari's pretty nimble on their feet, and manages to kind of like just step over it, and it's does not get tripped.
Yeah, I am acrobatics, baby. I am dexterity.
Maz is just gonna, whatever. And then return to the crab.
Joe
True.
Joe wanted to ask Mads, so if we show you a crab, you get wings?
I don't know, Joseph. And don't show me any more crabs. I'm really not in the mood to find another crab.
Oh, you roll me a perception, please. Everybody may roll it if they like.
Perception.
And once again, seek God.
Yes, you can.
You sure do be seeing everything there is to see.
Oh, buddy, no.
God, he got crab guts in his eyes.
No, so he heard the bits about the crab. He went to grab. He rolled a 20 on finding a little crab and picked it up. And he was gonna show it to you so you'd get wings. He's just awkwardly like trying to toss it in the water, but everybody saw.
Oh.
That's all.
It pinched his little fingy.
Yeah, he got stuck and he's like whipping his hand around.
I'm gonna feel bad for Joe and just be like, well, did any wings show up?
No, I guess not.
I guess the crab theory is not.
That's
Not
true.
the
We'll
one.
figure it out. He's gonna kind of wander. Let you guys do your thing as he's wandering around.
Yep. Well,
Pyri is
these
simply
things are
going to lay
massive.
on the water.
Just laying.
Yep, she's
Oh.
fucking tired, man. She's out of a lot of spell slots. She's tired. she missed a bunch of attacks. She's having a day.
Did I finally give you guys stuff that used all your spell slots? It's crazy.
Not all of them, but a majority of them.
most.
This was a 2-round fight. There was a pre-fight to the.
Yeah, true. There's a pre-fight to the fight.
That was a fight-atizer.
Yeah.
Mr.
Well,
DM,
these
I'd
things
like
are
to
pretty-
parade.
You'd like
yeah.
to pray? Any particular thing you'd like to pray about?
I'd like to pray that we have protection from any other crabs in this crab cave.
Okay. Asking for protection. Roll a d100 for me.
Wait, Mads. Jai.
What?
Do you want to ask about the funny thing?
I'm gonna ask that later. But
Okay.
yes. That's more of a high table question.
We were in cahoots.
Ask about the thing. That's what I'm hearing. It's so fucking funny to my brain.
I'm just, yeah.
So asking for protection, D100. Okay. As you pray, Mads, when you pray, you generally close your eyes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, I'm going to assume you always close your eyes unless otherwise stated.
Okay.
Pyri and Lyrai, please roll a perception. Unless you are also participating in prayer.
I'm staring at the ceiling. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah, no, that tracks. Huh.
I think I spaced out.
This is an interesting turn of events. So anyway, Mads, you pray to the goddess, and you feel as if there is some amount of magical aura surrounding you that seems to be encouraging the indigenous life to steer clear of your vicinity. As you watch many of the littler crabs on the bottom of this floor, another 5 or so feet down, deeper as it gets deeper, as they start to scatter away from your entire party. As far as it goes, Pyri and Lyrai, you do not notice anything relatedly.
Considering I'm looking at the opposite direction, that tracks.
I was just thinking about how good dinner was gonna be later, and I really just stopped paying attention. Speaking of, guys, these crabs are huge. How are we gonna get them back down to the village? Obviously, we can chunk them up a bit, but we might need more manpower to, like...
Have we discerned that these crabs can be eaten?
We're gonna try.
Okay.
I don't know. Does anybody know?
Can
Which y'all-
I feel like Pyri might know.
Survival, please. For anyone who'd like to kind of discern that information.
Oh,
Yeah!
damn.
I am survive!
Oh.
We are all survive!
Between the three of you, you discern that while gigantic, they don't seem to have any malevolent toxins that would cause any ailments. So they are safe for consumption.
awesome. Let's chunk up some crabs then.
At this point, how are you planning on traveling with all the crab? Like, roughly. There's no need to be specific.
So I feel
I have
like...
an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I have.
I'm scared.
It's not scary. I have a net, so I figured like we could just kind of drag it, lift and drag. 2 people each end, or
Yeah. We can try.
why do you sound shocked?
Sliding it is a lot better than, like, actually trying to carry it. That's, like, almost doable. Also, we can reinforce that. There's a bunch of wreckage here. We can try and, like, set up, like, some planks.
Ooh, like a
sure.
sled.
Yeah.
Or like, I have a shield. Put shield down on bottom of net. Put crab on top.
Okay.
We
Is
drag.
your shield 10 foot?
Nobody can help.
It's that point at the bottom where most of the
Yeah.
weight sits, and then it has like braces on the sides,
Yeah.
I'll say you guys kind of put this together. This isn't a high DC, but would everybody please roll me another survival roll to create a survival sled of sorts?
I used all mine.
Oh. I accidentally hit stealth, and so I thought I rolled stealth, but never mind.
You know what? This really does track, honestly. So, with Pyri at the helm, you guys managed to put together a net cargo sled with a shield base, wood reinforcement, kind of wrapped in the net, and then you have piled... Are you attempting to bring both crabs, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. You have attempted to stack the crabs in such a way that you can transport them. It's a little teetery.
I got ropes for that, Mr. DM.
Bungee cables. I mean, it's tall. This is a 20-foot tall sled. By the time you get these crabs outside on the sled, it's 20 plus feet high. So, well, I guess it wouldn't be 20 feet high. It'd probably be more like 15, but still. So I'll say you guys take the remainder of the day, essentially, because you're going through fairly tight quarters in the jungle with a very large, obnoxious sled.
What do you mean?
With Lyrai and I'd say 2 people on either side, just making sure it doesn't fall over and pulling. You guys do eventually make your way back to the village of Seabreeze, I believe. Seabreak, not Seabreeze. Aha. Upon arrival, let me pull up the image so y'all have a nice little visual. If it'll load faster than that. There we go. Aha. So, as you guys arrive, carting 2 enormous crabs, half the size of a damn hut, the villagers in the small hamlet let out a cry of joy, excited to see that not only have you kept your word and saved them from these giant crabs, you've also brought the crabs to feast upon. Tarn approaches and kind of starts to fumble over words in a way where it's like, thank you, or wait, thank you so much. This means a lot.
Yeah, we brought dinner. I will say one of them got away, but it was pretty messed up. So I don't know how that's gonna play out later, but we got most of it.
Well,
Also, we did not see, what was it, the colorful blade? Whoever
Painters.
scammed you,
the painted blades.
the painted. Whoever scammed you, we did not see them. But we didn't see bodies either, so they could have just...
They were there, but they left.
Yeah.
We still haven't figured out why the crabs are big. Pyri's just gonna like flop to the ground and just be like, I'm gonna right here. Tell me when dinner's ready.
Okay.
We greatly appreciate all you've done for us, and we'll prepare a feast if you'll allow us.
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely. We're starving.
Since you've already done so much, please rest in the hut over yonder. Enjoy some time. We'll prepare the feast, and at dusk we'll celebrate into the night, celebrating your conquest of the crabs.
Let's go. Mr. DM, I hope you know I will be trying again for...
The woman you can't remember the name of. Yes, I am prepared.
No, because it was written down, I think. Yes, they were, because I asked. So Mira is the mom, and then
Garvin and
Nell
Mira.
was pretty like aggressively straight, so I don't know if I should. But I'll try again for the mom. I'll see if I can swing both. Fuck it. Let's see if the parents are like open to some shenanigans. We ball.
Are you doing that before or after dinner?
Just during this celebration, because everyone's probably gonna get drunk.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
So I'll say you guys kind of got out here around like sun going down. So you probably get about an hour or two to kind of rest as they have worked to break down the crab. They have made a large pot filled with primarily crab. And some other stuff. There's some clams, mussels, fish that they happen to have on hand from their meager supplies. And they have made a large crab boil. It's not a full rest, but you are all welcome to take a short rest currently. Make
like
sure
an
to
actual short rest, because my long rest is 4 hours.
Actual short rest. Don't forget to roll your short rest die to get HP back if you'd like that. You know, just in case something happens. Make sure to roll your die to get HP back on your short rest.
Oh, there's a new auto button. Auto spend hit die. Automatically spend hit dice until they run out or health is full. Love that for me.
What? Nice. All right. Everybody looking good? Everybody's looking good. So, you guys flop down in your bunkhouse there. Joe here also needs to do some dice, actually.
Ooh, I got one of my psionic die bag. I get 1 on short rest. That's all I've spent so far.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Nice.
Perfect. So you guys take a moment and start it. Just like take a beat. You've been walking for hours. You've just fought a bunch of crabs, and you just need a minute to regain your senses. The sun kind of crests and hits the horizon and envelops the entire village in this beautiful sunset. As you hear a little bit more clambering and activity outside, the 2 kids are running around. There's a little bit of like not murmuring, but like talking that's happening. It's just not talking you can really hear, but it's happy. There seems to be a bit of joy, ecstaticness. The village seems to be celebrating that it does not have any more giant crab problems, or at least they're gone for the time being. Your short rest ends. You eventually make your way out of the hut, seeing everyone scattered about in the center of the village around and nearby the large pot of crab. As you guys watch as Tarn kind of gathers everyone around, and he sees you approaching and kind of straightens himself up a little bit. Thanks to these grand adventurers for removing the threat of the giant crabs, we can once again live in safety here in our little home. We would like to thank you properly, and we've done all we can to scrap together a little bit of something. Of course, whatever you'd like food-wise, we'd be happy to provide as much soup as you like. And he comes over with this tiny little bag. It's very small, and he holds it out, and you can hear some clinking on the inside. It's like, we all put together and got a little bit of a reward for you for your services.
I kind of feel bad.
No, thank you.
Mads is gonna deny whatever's in the bag.
Wow, we're all on the same page and our brains aren't even connected.
So proud.
I'm gonna like
That's
if
crazy.
he's got soup in his hand and the bag in the other, I'm gonna reach for the soup.
You know what? For the purposes of
Soup.
this, absolutely. He's holding one bowl of soup. And Mads reaches for the soup.
I'll just kind of put my hand on his shoulder and say, while the offer is very much appreciated, we were the ones that stepped up here. It is not necessary. We just appreciate that you've allowed us to stay and help out while we can. And then also,
So we don't know why they're big. Why are they big?
right.
Pyri's just laying on the floor yelling, by the way. She's not moving. Like, she's just starfished out, just, like, staring up at this person being like, why are they big? Why?
I'm gonna
I
don't
just
know.
go
I
grab
have
one of the
something-
bowls of soup from wherever they are and like give it to Pyri while she's just starfish.
I got a whole thing planned for that. Don't worry. Don't even worry. But as you mentioned that to Tarn, he kind of holds the bag and kind of like looks down and looks up with a little bit of tears forming. Y'all are so kind. Thank you. Truly. But for tonight, we feast, and he kind of claps, and everybody starts to clap around, like clap as well. And then the events of the evening unfold as a feast commences. Joe, seeing Pyri starfished out, has procured 2 bowls of stew, and he has made his way over to feed the starfished Pyri in the hut.
That's so funny.
As the evening goes on, the sunset turns into a star-filled sky, the only light really coming from the fire pit. There's dancing, there is a singular guitar lute that someone has. It's just ever so slightly off, like it's missing a string, but they're still playing it hella good. That would be Garvin, who is playing that so exceptionally well.
Yo, Daddy?
Vera is clapping along next to him. The kids have started to get a little tuckered out and have been taken off to bed by Nell. Elena and Tarn, not retiring, but Miri, their toddler, has also been put down and is kind of sitting, like laying on a little blanket nearby, while Tarn and Elena kind of look out at the ocean, which is just, cresting as it does on the shoreline. So, I need to roll a thing. Hang on.
You sure do.
Okay.
I think how I'm gonna try and raise the parents is during the like music moment where they're like popping off. I'm gonna try and do like a seductive but entertaining dance. I don't even know if I'm capable of that, but like, I don't know, animals have their mating dances. Surely I can pull it off. I'm dexterous.
Surely it's gonna go well. Why don't you give me a performance and then an insight, would you?
Okay. Yeah. I did terribly, and I'm very aware that they don't care about me at all.
Okay, so you do your best seductive dance, if you will. You do as well as you can. The sand, it's not a solid ground. You're a little tired. You got a hamstring that got pulled. Like, you're doing your best. With the fucking 24 insight, you look over at Garvin and Mira. Mira seems fairly entranced. However, Garvin notices the entrancement, kind of like nudges her and like just does a head shake.
Ah! Daddy, no!
Eventually they do retire and do not make an invitation.
No! I love that I almost had the mom in that scenario. That's crazy.
Is there any additional things as the party winds down? Is there anybody that anyone would like to talk to or anything that anyone would like to do during?
Mads would like to find some alcohol.
Ooh. All right.
Pyri is simply going to continuously eat soup until they are full of soup.
I'm just gonna be having fun and hanging out with people and chit-chatting, but at some point I do kind of want to pull Tarn aside, or I guess it doesn't really matter who hears, but I kind of want to start the conversation with him about, like, if anybody comes through here potentially talking about a group of wanderers. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Either we were never here or you need to refer to us differently.
Okay, so before we move forward, a couple of things. One, I got distracted, but we're going to start with Mads finding alcohol, which Tarn would have. So you do manage to find Tarn sharing some rum with his wife, and he offers it out to you, and you he just holds it out as they're sitting on the beach with their child kind of sleeping nearby, and he just holds a big old bottle for you to take.
Awesome. We're gonna snatch it and then go find a cozy spot.
Okay.
Is it hammock time?
Yep.
Okay. So you go find yourself a nice cozy spot. There's a fishing net that's kind of tied between two of the posts holding up your hut. It's not quite a hammock, but you throw some canvas on there, and it's about as close as you can get. And you kind of hop in there and give it a little sit and a swing. Pyri, I did not quite hear what you said. I know you're still starfishing.
Simply consume soup till full of soup.
Joe feeds you till you're too full to eat anymore. He eats himself, and then he goes and meanders about the party. Lyrai, you make your way over to Tarn and kind of give him the lowdown. He listens intently to kind of the fact that you probably shouldn't be mentioned to anybody as far as like actual descriptions or names. He's like, well, I suppose we could just be given the credit to someone else. Perhaps we'll just say the Painted Blades took care of the problem. Save you the troubles.
If that sits well with you, we're not really looking for trouble, and we don't want anybody here to find trouble accidentally. Just for having been around us, so yeah. That being said, if I do happen across the actual Painted Blades, I'll be confronting them about what they've done here anyway. So
I wouldn't want to be them, no.
So yeah, but yeah, we really appreciate if you could kind of keep that.
Not a problem. You're safe for it. Your secret is safe with us. We are just very appreciative of all you've done for us. I did have one further question for you. However, you see, as you're well aware, our fishing boats are all a bit scrapped at this point. And, well, I was wondering if you were gonna be taking your boat with you.
You know, actually, Mr. DM, do I know? Like real
Did
quick
you guys-
before I end.
I mean, did you guys discuss where you were going or anything?
Not yet,
'Cause
but I have an
we're-
idea.
I don't know where this connects with the other map that you've made.
Oh,
So I don't know if we have to boat further somewhere
Yeah.
else or if we're
you
like
could boat to it or you could walk to it because there is a path leading out of the village. It just depends, and you could always ask for directions and whatnot, or even perhaps something otherwise.
Okay. Then response wise, because I see where he's going with this, I'll just be like, I'll have to talk to my party, but I believe we are near the destination we were trying to get to for now. So I wouldn't be opposed to at least leaving the boat here, whether it be permanently or on loan, but I do have to talk to my party first.
Oh, of course. Of course, yes. That makes absolute sense. And don't feel any sort of obligation. It's more of just a passing question. I wasn't sure if you were heading further in this wee boat, or if you were making your way to Melody Coast through the inland.
Right. We had intended on going to Melody Cove to further our adventures and to figure some things out. So if that's within a walking distance, I'm sure my party can be persuaded to
Oh yeah,
part with our boat.
of course. I'll walk with you the whole way if you like. Be your guide. It's just a little bit of a jaunt up this path here. We don't take it all that often, but sometimes we need extra supplies that we just can't get here.
You know, I might take you up on that offer and then I'll reach out for a handshake.
Yeah, of course. But I've kept you quite a bit. We're probably gonna turn in. We appreciate everything you've done. Truly, you've made all the difference in this village. I hope you and your crew know that.
Yeah, we're prone to a bit of philanthropy here and there, and it's been beneficial for us as well. So I'm just glad that it can make your lives a little bit easier, and you don't have to rely on those scoundrels to get it done for you.
Scoundrels they were, indeed. I
Are you
hope
gonna
you find
Pipe
them.
up and like
Mhm.
wherever the hell it is that I'm laying in relation to this funny conversation, be like, do you still have the shells?
I mean, you
of the
guys are probably
crabs?
in that first hut, like the one closest to the image source, if you will. So I'd imagine that they're just sitting outside. I'm not sure that you'd necessarily... You'd probably be
That's
able
what.
to hear
No,
them.
this is why she's asking him.
Oh, no, I meant, like, I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear their conversation, since it's fairly, like,
Oh.
outside, and you're in the
Oh,
hut.
they're outside?
Yeah, they're on the
Yeah,
shore.
We're
everybody's
all
eating
sitting
outside,
together.
but you were just like splooted somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
I
say
mean, I'll
that.
come tell you about the conversation. So if you wanted to eventually like get up and ask him about the crab stuff, you can.
Yeah, I'll bother about it in the morning then.
So then your conversation, Lyrai, does kind of come to its own natural close. Unless you had more questions, but I presume not.
No, because if he's gonna be traveling with us anyway, anything I could think of we can do on the road probably.
Right.
I don't think there's any more we need from these people.
See, your conversation comes to a close. Him, his wife, and their child make their way to their hut and promptly fall asleep, along with everybody else in the village, and it goes fairly quiet. Just the sound of, well, not the sound of flowing water and dripping water anymore, because that doesn't make any sense based on our location. But just the sounds of the ocean in the background as the waves crash against the shore. A light snoring coming from somewhere. I will say, privately, when there's a moment, Joe does make his way and finds Mads, who is currently nestled in a nice hammock with a now partially filled bottle of rum. As he approaches, he kind of like stops, kind of just looks at you, and then, hey, Mads?
Yeah?
Well, I was just wondering if you always had wings, or just got them recently?
It's totally new. I'm gonna take a swig of whiskey. And I don't know why they're there, and I don't know how to make them appear.
Oh.
I just know I have them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for reminding me about them.
Of course, you're so welcome. I did have another question though, because I've been with you for a while now, and I know that flower is really important to you, and I was just wondering why it's different colors.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just mean when you're doing all that cool magic stuff, when we're fighting stuff, it just kind of glows this really pretty white like color. But when you close your eyes sometimes, I think the others said that you pray, but it turns this really like reddish color.
I'm gonna kind of chuckle and, Joe, I don't know that either. That's another mystery that I'm trying to solve.
Oh.
As far as I know, it didn't always used to do that. But I don't open my eyes when I pray very often, so I seem to miss it.
Huh. I mean, I could watch for you if you want, since I don't pray. Of course, that might be weird. Anyway.
It'd be nice to know you're keeping tabs on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll keep an eye on it then for you. I just really I care about you guys, and I just want to help when I can.
I'll offer him the whiskey.
He will take the whiskey, and he will attempt to drink the whiskey. It's above a 5. He does a little like, oh, that's strong.
I'm just gonna chuckle, take it back, take a swig of it.
He will attempt to take it back, and this is just going to turn into him trying to take it back and take another swig, and it's just as bad the second time.
Oh, God.
He's now that he has it again, he holds it back out
Do
for
that
you.
thing like where you're like trying to keep. I'm gonna take another swig and do that thing like where you hold it away from children. You're taller than them.
He looks at it for a second, contemplatively. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I was just wondering, since you didn't know, I'm happy I could tell you. But I'm gonna go get some sleep, and you should too. Good night, Mads.
Good night, Joe. Sleep well.
You too. He makes his way off into the hut, stepping over a starfished Pyri, and it kind of gets in his own little hammock inside the hut. Promptly goes to sleep. Is there any nighttime things that anyone would like to do prior to the morning?
No. Pray
The
and go
only
to bed.
thing, yeah. The only thing that I can think of is that Joe's armor is kind of foobar, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that.
His armor was so shredded, he left it.
Yeah.
Mr. DM, I have a question.
Okay.
So, by chance,
Ooh.
because I'm pretty sure that we made it so Pyri can do like some amount of like leather working.
Actually, I meant to mention this talk to you about that. Because I realized you have leatherworking tools. You can do leather work. Like, that's a whole thing.
Well, yeah,
biffed it earlier.
I knew that. And what?
I was like, I biffed it earlier. You should have been able to make that stuff, not enchantedly, but like you can make
No,
basic
because we
stuff.
went over it at that time, and I wasn't able because of what it was. You said that I couldn't do it because of the material. In order to make it enchanted, I would have to go to somebody else and like.
Oh, okay, I did it right then.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to
remember
clarify that.
conversation
Yeah.
at the time. Which is why we had the whole thing.
Yay!
Anyways, so I have the funny thing. Would it be possible for Pyri to craft makeshift crab armor for Joe?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I will look into the functionality of how that's gonna work during the break, which we're gonna go on here in a minute.
Cool.
The other thing that I can offer is, I don't know why I have it. It might have been one of the things that I looted, but I have a light armor chain shirt on me that I'm not wearing, which I also figure is better than nothing.
I think you used that when you guys snuck out of Silversong. It was part of the disguise.
Oh, sick nasty.
You did loot a bunch of guards.
How can you tell what you have on?
The little shield thing that's next to, like, the stuff on the end is everything you have, like, equipped.
Oh. Oh, I can also give him leather instead. Because I have something that I should have been wearing this entire time, actually. That's funny. But we never put it on me.
Have you not been wearing the cool leather armor?
I didn't know it wasn't equipped.
Oh no.
Now.
Well, I mean, you have to mention the abilities because those aren't built in, but now it is.
Yeah, but like I didn't know that like it didn't like I didn't know it wasn't equipped at the time.
Yeah. Well, now we know. Knowing is half the battle.
So true.
Anyways, I now have an armor DC of 18.
Which is fantastic, honestly.
What was it before?
16?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, right. So, on that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and go to a break. and we will return after the break to a bright and early morning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Enjoy the new break screen. I'm very excited by it. It's going to be hilarious. I guess I can remove you cutting off the crabs. No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to make it real small in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's the meme of the week.
I think I'm going to have to scoot you guys closer so I can meme it like in this corner here where Pyri is.
And just have like a meme of the week.
I love that.
Yeah, maybe we kind of smudge the whole like overlay bits over a little bit so that we can make like a solid room.
Yeah.
Because I like it being in that bottom corner next to us like
I
that.
do too.
So we could probably smushle it a little.
Smush.
That's a later
smush,
problem, though.
smush, smush. Welcome in, Blue Talk. Just in time. Oh. All right.
Yeah,
So-
or Weem. Actually, that should be the name of the channel because I noticed you made a channel to put the
I
the
did.
Weems.
I
You
did.
should name it the Weem, and people will be like, "What the fuck is a Weem?"
The Weem.
I'll
Yeah.
show you what a
Yeah, the weekly meme, the Weem.
I showed you
Done.
that meme. Please
Name has
respond.
been adjusted to Weem.
I got it from your chat. I didn't pull that out of my ass.
Wait, I gotta edit the channel. Weekly meme channel based on D&D streams.
That is such a long title.
No, that's not the title. That's the topic. The title is
Oh, I
Weem
see.
with a worm.
Oh, you spelled it so funny. It's not. It doesn't even look like
Meme with a worm?
Well, it's got a dragon.
Weemy the worm?
Weemy the worm. The Weem is the fucking cursed image you post. You're welcome. I do this to everyone. You should see Shies.
Hello.
True.
That shit is so cursed. I should probably just have a cursed channel. Anyway. So anywho, everybody.
Yeah, we can focus.
No, we can't focus. There's no focus here.
Mr. DM, I'd like to roll to steal your panties because I had a soup and sandwich and gummy bears.
I'm so proud
Oh,
of you.
gummy bears.
Fuck! That's okay, I
Wow.
didn't have one for you to steal. It's fine. You can't steal.
We can't reverse. I can't have them.
Yeah, now I have to buy you panties. How many do I owe you now? 3? How many ones have I rolled? Put it on your throne, Mr. DM.
Put it on your throat.
Bro. I could just see the bot auto posting. The throne purchase, and it's just boxers.
Bananas 41 has fully funded 3 boxers.
Unfucking believable. Anyway. I
Man,
should
you don't
have
man for
thrown. I should have thrown set up as a
Motherfucker.
command. I have a throne though. I don't know where it is. So anyway, I'll have to go find it. I have the link somewhere. I don't know where it is, but as sorry. As you guys take the evening, starfishing, sleeping, hammocking, drinking some whiskey, and sleeping alone, you wake up to the soft light of the rising sun and the calls from the jungle as the wildlife, the indigenous insects begin making their morning barrage of noises. You wake up, the village has begun... Oh, by the way, take a long rest, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Get all them spell slots back.
Oh, Mr. DM.
Yeah.
Did you think about the thing that I asked you about?
I have already created it. It is just a matter of getting the stuff for it. And how good it's going to be is dependent on how well you roll.
Cool. Okay.
So, the morning comes around. Everybody's made their way about. You guys make your way out. The first thing Pyri sees is a large pile of discarded chunks of crab shell. Very hefty, hearty, sturdy crab shell. You can definitely make something out of it. It will probably take you a number of hours worth of hard work to craft it, but you can definitely do so.
Technically, I'm awake before everybody else.
That is true. Go ahead.
And you are up.
Go ahead and for this particular situation, I feel like it's going to fall under survival rolls because you are crafting something.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and say a survival roll. There are 3 DCs for how good it's going to turn out. Please go ahead and give me a survival roll.
Woo! +8, baby.
Holy fuck.
It's almost like his armor's better than the stuff he was wearing before. That's crazy.
It really is, actually.
Huh.
What can I say? I'm a master craftsman.
Master craftsman.
I'm handy.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop that into the chat for all to see. You have created crab plate armor, which is a thick chitinous armor crafted from the carapace of a monstrous crab, providing hardy protection.
Let's go.
So,
For our boy.
So you spend your morning kind of working it out. You bring it in occasionally and like hold it up to Joe's sleeping form, just trying to make sure you get like the measurements roughly right. And you walk back outside, do some more work, come back in and you hold it over him. If he woke up at any given time, he might think you're trying to kill him. But he doesn't. So eventually you finish that progress, that work. Mads, you also would have been up at around that time frame. Is there anything that you'd like to do during the morning?
No, I can't think of anything, no.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to do anything at all. It's more of a, if there was something.
Mr. DM, I have a request that you put that image somewhere on the screen as well. We need Joe representation.
I'm already working on it. No joke.
Yeah!
I saw it, and I'm already doing a thing, and we will get there. Don't you worry.
Okay. Amazing.
So anyway, the morning does come. Joe and Joe and Mads, not Mads. Mads was the one. No, I'm dumb. It's fine. Lyrai, was there anything you'd like to do as you get up earlier than everyone else? Not Mads. That is what I was.
I don't know. I'll probably go for a walk sort of along the beach and kind of maybe look for anything like shell hunting, you know, like when you look for sand dollars and stuff or anything pretty, a shiny rock.
What do you guys do on the beach? Like, I make the joke because I don't go.
You've never seen a water.
I've done it like 3 times. Okay.
Oh.
I don't
know
even
water state, bro. Like it hurts.
Yeah, it's super common because unironically, anyone who lives near water, I bet, did this growing up, but you will come home with all of your pockets full of like pretty rocks and shells, and you might keep it in jars in your room or like random plastic cups that you find. I had a lot of shit in a plastic cup just sitting in my closet for the longest, and you still pick up more every time you go. It's crazy.
I cannot describe to you how many. That too. I cannot tell you how many jars and boxes of rocks, seashells, and shit that I have from beaches and whatnot. That is just simply what you do.
Yeah, it is just normal behavior.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Like there's a beach in California. I don't remember if it's actually called this or colloquially called this, but it's called Agate Beach. If you know what an agate is, it's basically like when glass gets tumbled by the ocean to become this like really shiny clear rock almost. And so this beach was just full of it, that everyone would go and like pick out agates and stuff like that. They had to ban people from taking agates because the beach started to run out.
Yep. There's also places up in, what is it, Puget Sound and stuff, where there's like beaches that are just tumbled stones. They're like smooth, like stones. That is it. And it is illegal to take from them.
Yeah.
I have one.
Right.
I stole one when I was 3. But it's technically illegal to steal or to take any of the rocks from there because of the environment that it is, and it disrupts the environment, and too many people keep trying to take those things.
Oh no, Mr. GM. Is your stream okay? We got a buffer.
Is Mr. DM okay? Hello?
Oh no. We killed him with the explanation about rocks and people's fascination
Is it okay?
with rocks.
Hold on.
No, we stoned him to death!
Oh, damn. What a way to go, guys.
No, I think we're back. It's okay.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Long story short, people like rocks and shells.
Yes.
And this is an important
I'm one of these people.
Important PSA to not take local environment things from their environment because you ruin the environment. Thank you. This has been a PSA by Mordred.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, that's what Lyrai did, was she went for a walk and looked for something pretty.
All to say. So Lyrai, you go and you gather a bunch of rocks. It's not a huge beach of area necessarily. Like there's a lot of like rocky, jagged areas, but you find the nice beaches and
I like climbing rocks.
Yeah.
Is there any of them like tide pools? Because I might go in there poking little like creatures and stuff.
Poking little creatures.
Is this another bizarre? So there's these things called tide pools, Mr. D. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna go into another one of these. But it's so good. That's Joseph.
It's Joe with his head cut out, put into a little crab suit that was provided for the memeage. It originally had SpongeBob.
So yeah, that is a SpongeBob thing. That is Joseph.
That's
now.
great. Yeah, that's Joseph. Speaking of which, Mr. DM, when Pyri is making the thing, she's gonna pocket some of the smaller crabby shell pieces and like little tiny spiky things.
Okay.
Smiles.
I would put assorted small chunks of crab, of giant crab, as a thing in your inventory, in case you ever want to use that as more of a decorative bit, as you've used most all of the useful pieces to create essentially a breastplate.
Amazing.
So, morning comes. You guys make your way out. Lyrai is picking up all sorts of stuff from tide pools, from the shore itself. Nice rocks everywhere, and shells, and pretty things, and picks up a crab, freaks out, throws it in the water, and moves on with her life. Mads, give me a Constitution saving throw. It's not a high DC.
Well, hangover check. I was like, what'd you do?
Yeah, you're fine.
We drank water. We're good.
Not seawater, kids. So you wake up, your bottle of booze hanging about, almost dry at this point. And you kind of grumble and start making your way out. Pyri's just been working on this armor, and Joe makes his way out, kind of rubbing sleep out of his eyes as he makes his way down the stairs and kind of does that half-awake stumble towards the fire pit looking for something to eat in the way that you would half stumble to the fridge in the morning or in the middle of the night and like open it and just stare at it with bunny slippers. Like that kind of vibe. Before does he notice? He does not. Nope, he is groggy as shit. He sees nothing.
When everybody gets up, I do want to hit that first bullet point that I have noted, which is to let them know about the conversation that I had with Tarn last night and to discuss whether or not we're okay with leaving the boat with these people, whether like on loan or permanently, because Tarn offered to walk us to our destination and it's not that far. So I'll say for now, it seems like we really don't need the boat. I'm fine with leaving it with them so that they can continue to catch their own food, because otherwise they're just going to continue to suffer.
Fine with me.
I'm fine with it as well.
Joseph, you still get a vote.
What?
Perfect. All right. Walking it is.
So.
And then Pyri was working on something all morning. I'm not exactly sure what happened there because I went and found these really cool rocks. Check it out. And I'm going to show them all my like pretty color, like really smooth rocks. One of them's kind of heart-shaped. It's really cool.
Yeah. Joe will wander over and kind of look at the rocks. These are pretty cool. Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
There's gonna be shining and buffing the crap out of this lovely armor. And then just go, Joe!
Joe is officially startled by that as he sort of jumps almost out of his skin and like looks over at you. It's like, what is it? What is it, Pyri? What's happening?
Wait, does Joe have pajamas? How does Joe
Pajamas
sleep?
is a bit strong.
I have a DC in my head. I'm going to see.
Buck
Okay.
ass naked.
Okay. Yeah, there he's got
Well, I
like
want to
the
know, like, is he in his normal clothing or is he in
no,
like?
he's like a
this is the-
boxers and a tank kind of fella.
Cool,
Aw.
fantastic. That's adorable. That is exactly how Joe should be. Joe, put your clothes on.
But I just got up.
But I have something for you.
Food?
Used to be.
He's just gonna confusedly look at you, kind of look at whatever you've got, and like wander off to go put on some clothes, and he'll come back in a minute. As he wanders off, you are approached by Mr. Tarn. Which
Morning.
I gotta put his picture back because I got rid of it earlier. So Tarn approaches. Good morning to you as well. Now, are y'all, did you get a moment to discuss what we had spoken about, previously? He kind of looks between the three of you.
Yeah, we took a vote, and we're perfectly fine with letting you have the boat in
Oh,
exchange for your guidance to our destination.
of course, yeah, not a problem. Your destination being Melody Cove, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Wonderful. I can't tell you how much it means to the village that you're leaving this wonderful vessel here. I can't wait to get back out on the water, going fishing and providing once again. But, they'll be set here for quite a number of days while we, make the trek.
Yeah, and hopefully no more kaiju show up. Because we don't have a spare boat if that one breaks.
Yes, hopefully nothing happens to the boat, but, what is this, kaiju you're speaking of?
Real big creatures, nasty.
What a curious
Like the-
name.
Yeah. I don't
Right.
know, I think I made that up to be honest, but, you know, I think it fits. Like them big old crabs. Same
We
thing.
shall henceforth refer to them as kaijus.
Let's fucking go.
Notes were written.
Yeah.
Right. So are ya? You're ready to get underway.
Sure
which-
am.
I don't know. Is Joe dressed yet?
I was gonna say at this point,
Should
Joe
we-
is struggling to put on that last boot as he's like hopping down the little stairway. All right, okay, I got dressed. Now, what's going on?
Pyri is going to bum rush Joe
Oh,
and just be and just kind of doesn't tell him what's happening. Just starts putting the armor on him.
Nope. He's not gonna fight it. He has learned to just go with whatever insanity happens with this group of people.
so true.
Yep.
But yeah, he just kind of holds his arms out and then just stays still as you put on, strap down, tie in the appropriate places. This crab armor, which is this reddish, primarily reddish, orangish looking crab chitin armor. And he kind of looks down and he takes him. I mean, he realizes what it is. And he starts to kind of flex his arms and is trying to see how like mobile he is in it. He kind of takes a couple of practice swings as if he was holding a sword because he doesn't have it out. It's like, wow, this feels really nice, Pyre. Did you make this?
I did.
Wow. Is it for me?
Well, duh, that's why I put it on you. You lost your armor. You got almost squished. Almost
Yeah.
squish.
Those crabs were pretty rough. Kaijus. Oh, kaijus?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's never not gonna be funny.
Well, Pyri, I thank you very much. This is really thoughtful. And it feels really strong. Go ahead, hit me. Let's see how it works.
Can I just go to punch him?
I mean, you could, yeah.
Like, straight? Cool.
Yeah, unarmed strike. You're just punching the armor, or are you punching, like, him in the face or something?
No, I'm just, like, punching the armor.
Oh.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this is more to see how well you hit it. So you do kind of swing and punch the arm. It hurts your hand a little bit. It's so hard.
Can I do like one of those like overly flashy, like acrobatic, like do a couple flips and then kick into it? You know, like those side turns,
like
like
old,
in those
yeah,
karate
yeah,
movies, like
old
martial
school
art, like,
kung fu movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You give me an unarmed as well, and we'll tie this into the narrative. I'm on board. This is great.
Fuck, I can't either.
Even better. So
I feel like you would just fall flat on your face at that.
So Pyri, you come over and you like give it a hit, and it, your hand kind of like hits it and then slides off, and you're like ah, and Joe kind of turns as you express that you've hurt your hand. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then at this point, Lyrai has completely missed the armor and instead just missed the flip, doing like a triple flip. Just takes Joe out by the legs, who flips over and smashes back first into the sand, and you hear this as all the air is knocked out of his lungs. He just lays there for a moment. He just gives a thumbs up from the ground. He's like, I think the armor works.
Oh, man, ow. Yeah, it sure does. Dang. Are you okay, Joseph? And I try to help him up.
Oh yeah, just
Mance is just gonna laugh.
fine. So, Tarn is kind of cracking up off on the side. Like, all right, well, whenever you're ready, we'll make our way off into the jungle.
Okay. Well, just to make sure all my stuff is good and all my equipment's where it needs to be and my satchel is where it should be. You know, the important one.
The important one. So, because I assume there's nothing left for y'all to do in this town, I assume you are making your way now off into the jungle, following Tarn, who is your guide. And because you have a guide, and because you are on a fairly regulated path here, I am only going to have you...
two of my funny rocks to the kids?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Found these pretty rocks, so give them to the kids.
Let me think here. Okay. So in this particular case, we gotta pull up their names because I don't remember their fucking names.
Jory and Kaylin. Kaylin?
Kaylin, yeah. So Jory is not interested at all, really. Like, he takes it.
All right.
It is like, oh, thank you. Like, politely. But you're perceptive enough to see that once you are done with this exchange, he just kind of sets it down and moves on with his life. The girl Kaylin, though, she takes it and is extremely excited that you have given her something. During your time here, she's been watching all three of you as, like, something to perhaps aspire to. and takes it and holds it very like close to the chest and thanks you for the shell. You're watching as you guys are leaving. You see her kind of threading it onto some sort of necklace.
Aww.
Mm.
All right, through the jungle, onward.
Necklace.
Where at one point
see.
I want to address my second bullet point, but if you want to flavor it first, I can wait.
Absolutely. I am writing a note for my own brain.
Yippee.
Oh, interesting. You could probably just ask him about it, because at least as far as this village goes, there hasn't been anything even remotely like that.
Right. Okay, you want me to do it now? I know you're kind of...
So Tarn will let you guys like kind of get accustomed. I will have you all roll a Constitution saving throw for the walk.
Saving?
Yes, because I said saving and people are already rolling it.
Oh!
Well, that worked out real well.
I am all the Constitution. I am Dexterity and Constitution.
Oh,
That's
I am not.
that's the DC. Like if you'd gotten one lower, Mads,
Oh my
you would
god.
have taken a point of exhaustion.
No, we already know that's annoying.
Yep, sure is. So, as you guys are making your way, Lyrai, you are doing great. Your clothes are the perfect kind of clothes for this situation. For whatever reason, they're loose, they're airy, very athleisure-y. You're doing great. Pyri has a lot of loose-fitting stuff, very flowy, so it's not as bad with the oppressive humidity. Joe and Mads are just kind of struggling in the back a little bit. Not going to, like, they're not slowing you guys down, but, like, there is an obvious distinction between how much effort they're putting into walking because they are sweating bullets, breathing heavy. They're just not looking super hot. Joe looks like he's in a crab boil right now. But,
Amazing.
as you continue making your guys' way along the path, Tarn kind of starts talking a little bit with you guys. Right, so we're not supposed to be talking about you with anybody who might be coming by, and I don't want to pry into your pasts or nothing. Of course, you done us nothing but good, and we appreciate that. We'll repay you in full with our silence, but what brings you out towards Melody Cove, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, since you're bringing it up, what is the slave trade situation here looking like these days?
Well, I can't say that I spend much time around any particular place that engages in such practices. In fact, that's why me family and I moved here quite some time ago. But I think there's a bit in Melody Cove, but I'm not really up to speed with how much going ons there is. I know they have a bit of a poverty problem, but slavery's not something I hear about, so who's to say? You'll probably have to ask when you get there.
We'll probably be doing that on the down low, but I'm glad to hear your perspective on it, because I myself am vehemently against slavery, and my comrades and I were working very closely with a group to help dispel a lot of that's been going on. And unfortunately, some civil unrest occurred in the last area we were in, and we became wanted by some of the people who would prefer we didn't stop said business practices. And so I don't know how far their reach goes, which is why I simply wanted to warn you ahead of time that it's better if we were never here for everyone involved.
I see. Well, we'll keep a closed lip about it. But you're, of course, always welcome back in the village anytime. But we thank you for your warning. I'll be sure to let everyone know the appropriate information and to keep it all on the down low. We like our quiet life.
Right. Yeah, so we headed this way in hopes of potentially meeting up with some allies that could help us either figure out the situation back where we came from, or perhaps put together a group that's willing to help us tackle that civil unrest I mentioned, which is why it's important for us to find out kind of the vibes around this area first before we just start going like, hey, who wants to go fight some awful slavers over on a different island? Let's go, you know.
That's a wise move. I can tell you've been someone who has had to deal with this quite a bit. You know. It takes someone who was in a situation quite like that to know others who were as well. But I can tell you were.
Is he giving me that look?
Which look?
Is he outright telling me he was a slave and I can low-key tell you were too? Is that the look he's giving me?
That's the look he's giving you, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you seem to have keyed in on some. You're correct, and we seem to share that history. So yeah, it's good to know that there's allies here, and depending on the situation we walk into in town, you know, I'm just glad to have met you, and I'm glad that things are looking up for you as well.
We like to keep our own heads down low, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I know you were, but, and he kind of looks over at Mads and Pyri and Joe. He's like, were any of you also... You don't seem to have that look about you.
No.
Joe just kind of like shakes his head. No.
I'm surprised he understands what's going on.
Yep. I mean, he's dumb Joe, but like, we love dumb Joe, and he's got to be a little bit smarter. He grew up a little bit, you know?
He did. Alright, does Pyri know what's going on?
He just kind of
Pyri
takes...
does not know what's going on. Oh.
He just kind of takes that moment, like, right, yeah, it's just us, but still. It's best we do what we can to stop it from spreading. The best I could do was keep certain individuals hidden away, myself included. Anyway, did you have any more questions for me?
Do you happen to have any contacts in town? I know you said you don't really go around there much, but if there's anybody that you particularly recommend we go to for communications, or if you happen to know a good, this is a little high table, but I don't know a good word for, like, identifier. Because I want to get my stuff looked at.
Yeah. Right.
Sure.
So, as far as people I work with, I spend a bit of time. When I do make the treks out, I tend to take some sort of cart. That way, in case I have a bit of stuff to lug back, it's a little easier. I'll go to Maker's Hall, and they have a bit of everything. I can usually get some stuff I need made, like more fishing hooks and assorted, metal goods that I can't quite get out here. We take care of most of the wood ourselves, so that's not really an issue. As far as any sort of magical provision, or I'm sure some of the shops in center of town would have some level of magical influential person. But all of the most magical things are going to be up. I gotta look up the name of this district. It'd be up in the Celestine district, up near Crest Hall, which is the seat of government in Melody Cove.
All right.
So he gives you some basic directions to get up to Celestine District, which isn't. It's like the upper crust elite area, which also houses a theater as well as the town hall, if you will. But it's not restricted to only those who live there. Anyone can come in as long as they, don't cause a fuss. Though there is a gatehouse you have to pass through to get up into that area.
Run by who?
Just run by the city guard. No separate guard here. The city's a little bit different. But yeah, he gives you the lowdown on that. So he would have given you directions to a place called Twilight Arcana.
I'm back in the fucking building again!
So true.
Welcome back.
Which Twilight Arcana you said?
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I just saw the message.
Yeah, you all sounded like robots.
Oh no.
Yeah, I kind of hear it in your.
Yeah,
connection.
I can too. So Tarn gave you directions to the Twilight Arcana.
My internet for some reason is doing really bad.
Oh no. Which is a magical place, like magic items, enchantments, and like. He would have also given you directions towards kind of the basic stuff that people might need in his sort of situation. So there's a provision shop called Daybreak Provisions that he'll go to. There's also a small remedy shop called Roseleaf Remedies. And then additionally Maker's Hall, which just has a small assortment of little bits and pieces, small things like things that don't have a shop of their own. This is kind of a open air market where you can set up a tiny stall and sell your merchandise, like a farmer's market.
Okay.
So, if you guys have additional questions for Tarn, you can go ahead and ask them. He's listening.
It's a spicy way of saying that.
He's listening?
Yeah.
He's
Spicy,
always
not-
listening to you.
Right, it's creepy. Amazing. Can I specifically look at him to see if he has any, like, physical identifiers from his slave days? Any particular, like, I guess, branding or marks or things of that nature as is typically placed upon people? Like, I have my scarring and what have you.
If you want to give me a perception to find that, you can definitely attempt to do so. Okay. You can't get a really, really good look at it, but you can see behind the cloth on his back, there are definitely scars going up and down. As far as you can tell, based on the size of just the end of the scarring, they are probably very, very wide whip marks that go up and down his back.
Yep, that's fair. All right. I think that's all I have for him by way of that stuff.
Absolutely. Mads or Pyri, would either of you have any questions for Tarn before he arrives at Melody Cove and drops you guys off, essentially?
I got nothing.
All right. We're gonna hold for a moment.
The way
While
we're still having technical difficulties.
While we're having technical difficulties.
Whoa, small treasure. That we can do. Oh, but we didn't get it in the crab room.
We did not.
I was gonna get a director's seat and popcorn.
Night, Bread.
I can't control the chat.
Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for the small treasure as well. We'll roll that one. We've got a penalty for leaving because rivals disconnect. Oh, I hate that shit. When you get the penalty for disconnecting on you. Good times.
We are simply in podcast mode again. What's an 89? What do we win? Is it another health pot? I feel like when we roll high, it's health pots.
I am looking for my table. Hang on. Ah, here we are. I have it in roll tables, but I gotta get there because it's like 3 folders deep. No shit, that's on point.
I mean, I'm surprised you're still here, Brett. Isn't it like 6 a.m.?
Yikes. Yeah, that's a good point.
I understand you dozing. 10 out of 10 night.
10 out of 10. I appreciate your dozing, Brett. I truly do.
Good night, Bleach.
Yeah,
sorry, your game is stinky.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's stinky. Have good sleep. Brett, I appreciate you being awake. It might be time for you to go to sleep.
Ooh, free accent. Oh, it's only 3:30. My bad.
My bad. Small treasure though. I'll say Lyrai. You'll find a hook, a fishing hook made from bone, worth 1 copper.
Interesting.
So you can mark that.
Can I tell what kind of bone?
It's hard to distinctly tell what kind.
I would like to attempt before I hand it to the crazy bone lady, asking what constitutes a bone.
I really want to try reading that in a really bad attempt at the accent, but it would be so bad.
Hook.
The bones, the size of the hook is like a small animal. It can't be something that's more fancy or intricate than maybe like a small rodent, like a big fat squirrel kind of thing.
Huh. Nice. I might use it to clean my teeth sometimes.
I'm gonna put... Yeah, alright. Anyway.
Or if we have a fishing minigame.
A fishing minigame? You guys have never had a fishing minigame before.
What?
That's crazy.
Oh, I can't believe I was actually able to read that. See, I put it in your accent, and now I can read it.
The Bread's commentary?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I wanted to try and do it, but I also
yeah.
like don't want to insult Brett.
No. All you. You're the accent guy. Brett
hang
probably
on.
would find it funny.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Whoa.
You cannot tell me what to do. I think I'll just stay it now.
Nice. That was giving like Brave. You know what I'm saying?
The
like
Brave
that level
vibes.
Of like Scottish. Yeah.
I wish
Not
I was
exaggerated.
Yeah, Merida. Yeah. See? Plutarch got it. Yeah.
Plutarch's on point always. Okay. Good. You gotta give me a rating, Brett.
You got a good night.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that's the highest rating you can get, actually. The highest praise. It's just them leaving.
It's just leave.
They responded. That's just be happy you got that.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm back in the fucking building again!
Hey!
But every time I read to it, it gets funnier.
Really?
It really does, honestly.
It looks better now, so I don't know. I reset my router too.
Oh, that'll
Oh,
do.
sick.
So
Yeah.
Looks good, sounds good.
You missed the Scottish reenactment. Though.
No,
Didn't clip it!
I got a out of 10.
Where we at in the VOD? Around 322.
Oh.
I'm making a marker. Lip accent.
thank you.
322.
So I don't know what you got, but the takeaway is Tarn is also previously slave, has large hidden whip marks, scars across back, and gave base directions for places you can go visit. Once you get into Melody Cove. Anyway, how's it sound? It sounds good though.
Yeah. I think. Oh, shy.
Yeah.
Okay, slay. Did you have any questions for Tarn? Because I think that's where we left off.
We did, yeah.
I got a bunch of history from Tarn, and then Pyri has no questions. Does Mads have any questions about?
No, I don't really think Tarn would know anything. So.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you wouldn't try. Hit him with it.
Okay.
The classic Mads question.
Oh boy.
I'll take out the loaded.
Yeah.
And I'll ask him if he's ever seen a lotus like this before.
Oh. That's quite a pretty flower. But I can't say I've seen anything quite like it before.
I see. Thank you.
Of course.
I have for you.
Of course. Which is super convenient, because we've arrived. Aha, segue.
Perfect. Before we get into town, I would like to psychic whispers my party.
Okay.
Or
Whisper psychically.
Let's
5
go.
hours. That's not bad.
5 hours.
That's my
Yo.
free one.
Yeah, 5 ain't bad at all. Oh.
Can I be a dog again?
Bruh.
Yep. Yep. You guys looked away for
Yeah.
2 seconds, and you look back, and there's a dog. Oh. Damn. That's what I get for making it an 8K map.
Is it struggling?
Yeah, it's just gonna take a minute to load is all. Get into town.
And now
5
I am
hours.
dog.
Yum with the lug.
My dog.
Well, as soon as this decides to finish loading, I suppose. For the time being, we could run off on the map in the notes. But you guys arrive at Melody Cove. Because you're coming from the inland, you arrive on the west side gate. It will be south of the river. Which, until this decides to load, I'm going to put a nice image up for the chat. But up.
It sure is loading.
It is doing its best. It's not very good, but it's its best. Assets, maps, Melody Cove, AK labeled, boop. Oh my Jesus, this is gonna take a while to. I'm not gonna.
That
scoot
last
it.
1%.
South side on the west. Interesting. By
You're
the
s-
Stonevale district?
South of the river, but like northwestern side.
By the Hillwood district?
We're getting there. I gotta trying to zoom it in for the chat to see.
True. This is when we find out that Mr. DM has the west and east confusion.
Huh?
Or
No,
East?
that's
I
west.
thought you said west.
West. I mean. Alright, come on now, little fella. You can do this. What if I go back here? You won't let me. Okay. We'll just stay there forever. This is fine.
yeah. See, left and right confusion, east and west. It's all the same, really.
It's all a beast.
Both hands make the L shape. I don't understand what they're telling me.
Me too.
Okay. Well, you can see that there is the, Hillwood district in the leftern upper portion of the map, which you'll be making your way, and as you make your way around a bend, oh, now you finish loading. The moment I launch into the thing is when you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready now. Fucker. Who's ready to have their computer broken?
Me.
Yeah, can we make it 3 for 3 today? Is mine the next to go? Oh, it did load in. Holy shit.
Wow.
Why am I spinning?
I'm making you
Actually,
dance, don't worry
pretty
about it.
Decent resolution too. Fuck this
Why
Discord
am I
pop I have.
spinning?
Hell no.
Yeah, no, this is an 8K map. You can zoom the fuck out on this thing.
Holy, yeah, you can.
So anyway,
Let's
Uh,
go.
you guys have made your way in along the western side. You've exited the jungle. As you exit, you do see that there are swaths of land that have been turned into farming areas along the edges or bases of large, towering cliff sides. Throughout this entire region, there seems to be a lot of very jutting cliffs. They have some level of plateau on many of them. Some of them are just peaked mountains. But as you approach, you see these large swaths of land. You see farmers out and about. Everyone is gathering food or planting, depending on what crop they're sowing or harvesting. And as you make your way, you see an imposing 20-foot wall and an even taller gatehouse approaching in the distance. As Tarn is leading you, he kind of gestures to the area. It's like, welcome to Melody Cove. This is
Wow.
This will be the Hillwood district just beyond this gate, which is a residential area. It's your normal folk, you know, dock workers and store runners and all just your everyday folk live there. Just beyond, you'll find a large stadium that's all about the horse racing. They're real big into horse racing here.
Would they perhaps be placing bets there?
In fact, that's why it was built.
Alright.
So you're saying I should have been a horse.
It's not like I put a fucking horse racetrack in here for no reason or anything.
Wait, that's kind of fire. Pyri wins these. Who's got, like, speed boosting magic?
My god, guys. As you guys get up to the gate, it is not closed or anything, but there are guards around, just kind of keeping watch, and they greet you as you enter, and Tarn walks you in, just saying hello, seemingly at least somewhat familiar with the guards, and takes you into the city along the Hillwood district. I'm going to shuffle you guys to dictate where you guys are going.
Okay. Would I be aware enough as we're walking to see the Sirens Cave on the other side? Because I'm assuming that is what I think it is, and I want my character to make a mental note of that.
What do you think it is?
I would like to know what it is, Mr. DM, but I'm assuming it's something my character is very interested in.
I will tell you, I don't think the Sirens Cave is not what you think it is.
Damn it.
I know.
Alright, what is it though?
I know. It's a concert hall.
Oh. Cute. No, I'm interested in that.
She's
so
interested in backstage.
I can work my magic anywhere, Mr. DM. This is not a problem.
so you're getting a very rough introduction to a lot of stuff on the way. Tarn will point out an ancient tower that's built on the top of a mountain that isn't really used by the populace, but it's also not destroyed because they don't want to mess with it, because underneath is the Siren's Cave, which is supposedly, he's never been, but supposed to be a really beautiful music hall where the sound will hit the audience ever so perfectly, in like a beautiful amount of like perfect pitch and everything. He also explains that this particular city is known for its culture, its art, and its music. There's also 3 major temples here. Two that are big moon gods. One is Swavana, and the other is for Faragello, which is the moon of the explorer and the moon of love and vanity. There's also, this particular city has a penchant for horses, as the only island in all of the Echoing Isles that has horses at all, and they're very big about stature, and as such they have a temple of Hippois here, which is the temple of I want to make sure I give you the correct term.
I'm so glad you said it out loud, because I would have gone full French pronunciation with that. Like Hippois.
Hippois. I've been saying Hippois, so I'm sticking with it. The god of triumph and horses. As you guys make your way further in, he points out the Sky Stride track, which is the only horse racing track in the Echoing Isles. He points out, as you make your way through the High Court District, which is kind of like the nicer houses, the fancier places. These aren't like millionaire mansions, but they are very nice. Each one has its own like little yard or garden or private patio area. As you passed by, looking up on the cliff, you could see the edges of this Bennu Theater, as well as some of the housing that overlooks the rest of the city, as well as Crest Hall, which is the city hall. As you guys finally get into the Central Tide District, which is the original city center, this is where the lifeblood of Melody Cove is. Tons of major shops are here. Large guilds make their way here, such as the Ivory Maw, which you have had a small amount of experience with. There's a number of different taverns to check out and different shops to go to. Tarn also points out to the north it's a museum, as well as the slums district once you cross the bridge. To the south is an academy, which is called Residence Academy, and the Library of Music, which is essentially a musical college. And then lastly, you also have the Skylight Beacon, which is the lighthouse of Melody Cove, as well as the Red Shield Keep, which is essentially where guards come and go when they're on patrol. It's like the training grounds, the readying area, the mustering location, all in one. But Tarn kind of drops you off here, bids you adieu. Says, now, don't be strangers. Come visit us whenever you like. We'll be happy to host you. And gives you a wave as he heads off into the market to presumably pick something up while he's here.
Safe travels on the way back. Happy fishing.
Thank you kindly. So, you guys have quite the city to explore at this point. Is there any particular locations that stand out as places you would like to check out first, or etc., etc.?
I think I would be most interested in going to... I think probably the Twilight Arcana, because I want to get my daggers identified. If that's the place to do it. If that isn't the place to do it, then I just want to go wherever I think the best place to do that is.
Looking around here, give me a perception check to see if you can discern if there is a magic shop in this particular area.
I know.
Well, you are overwhelmed right now.
Speak. I sure was taking in all the new sights, if you know what I'm saying, Mr. DM.
Jesus Christ.
Taking inventory.
There is a lot of inventory to take. This is a very nice coastal town. It seems... Actually, I would like a broad, unrelated perception check from everyone. Did we lose? We lost Mads.
Oh no.
Shy.
No. We almost made it to the end.
At what point did we lose Shy is the question.
I don't know. We'll never know.
Just screaming my internet in the Discord chat.
Oh.
Internet.
Well, you know what? This seems like a reasonable time to end the session.
Yeah. I was gonna say before we get too into it.
Yeah, really, all I wanted to get from you guys, for the most part, from here, was like where you'd like to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type that out real quick. Mind picking like 2 places you'd want to check out so I can prepare them.
Oh, also, while I'm out and about, I definitely didn't do this, but while we were walking through this city, I would have been keeping an eye out for the broken ring symbol for allies that I'm aware of. I just didn't do that, but I Because that's the first step. Is I wanted to see if there's like a safe place we could go.
Right. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Broken ring symbol.
I gotta hear
We'll address
Shy.
that. Shy, welcome back.
Hey, you got a perception check in you, gamer?
If it'll let me, yeah.
I can roll it for you if you'd like to not have to reload the whole thing. I don't know if you've loaded it.
It's like not.
Oh.
It'd be better if you did.
Whoa, you got all the perceiving.
You're welcome.
I got a damn luck.
You got a 23. Okay. I'm actually, relatedly, due to this point, I am going to give Lyrai advantage on that roll. Because it has to do with slavery.
General one?
The general one.
Okay. Well. I saw what I saw, Mr. T.
Yep, you sure did. So anyway, as you guys are making your way through the city, this is a very clean, primarily happy city.
Wait, can I add my D4 to that? Okay,
yeah, you can.
Here we go. It's a 15 now.
That was the
which
DC.
Is better.
That was the DC. No shit.
Okay.
So as you guys make your way through the city, you notice a couple of things. One, the city is very clean and nice. There are friendly groups of patrolling guards. Everyone seems like this is a pristine place as far as you can tell. You haven't seen one semblance of slavery in this city so far. Which is surprising, because even in Silversong, it was still kind of like in the back of your mind kind of thing. But here, you wouldn't even think it exists.
Is that in a suspicious way?
No, in a like nice way, not in a suspicious way. Which kind of makes you question why that is, but not that it is.
Okay.
Pyri, you were saying something a little bit ago, and then we got sidetracked by the things.
Oh, because you were saying to pick for try to pick 2 places out, and I was wondering if it's 2 per person.
At least, you can pick any number of places. You can list every single place. Just list them in the order you want to visit. And then, provided, you get there.
True.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got to go. I mean, not everybody. You don't have to go together, I suppose. But that turns into solo adventure time.
I feel like everybody's gonna want to get their stuff looked at, maybe because I feel like we've all picked up stuff, so that might be a common area we go together, right? Yeah. And then we might branch off from there, because I would be looking for that symbol. If I didn't see it on the way in, I would sure try to move around and look closer in areas that I think it would be to establish footing.
So as far as you can find Lyrai in this particular area, there doesn't seem to be any obvious magical place. The closest you could probably find might be the Crucible and Candle or Daybreak Provisions. But based on the names, they're probably not specializing. However, if you go, you were told Twilight Arcana is going to be the place that does magic. Objectively speaking, just a high table, engraven sigils will be a similar sort of vibe. That's the fancy place.
Hey, where's the fancy place?
They're going to be far left in the Celestine district.
Oh,
just
over there. Okay.
Open the stuff.
Yeah, it's a big ass map, guys. So feel free to dig into it. You may find new places that aren't listed at some point. Who knows?
Yippee.
Yeah, because I definitely.
If you
some
guys
stuff.
would mind just giving me at least 2 bullets of places you'd like to visit. If they line up, that's great. If they don't, then that's okay as well. That way we know where we're going. Additionally, and you guys can kind of gauge which one you'd like to go to, because presumably you might want to stay the night here. There are 3 different inns. There's the Plam and Brew, the Brazen Kettle, and the Laughing Cask. Between the 3, for high table purposes, the Laughing Cask is the nicest one.
Like in the actual nice area, or like.
This is essentially
No,
all
it's-
downtown, like
Okay.
for all intents and purposes. And this is like the port. Everybody gets out of the boat, they head right into the downtown area, and that's where you rest. Like everything else is residential outside of the main area, except for specific things like the racetrack or the temples. Most everything that you will want is going to be in here for the most part.
Oh, you do.
Anyway, so once you guys send me that stuff, I'll prepare for next week. I hope you guys had an enjoyable session today, and that is where we will end tonight's session. As you find yourself in the center of a very large and visual city.
New
I just
city
got
that
100,000 channel points.
Let's go.
Wait, what?
I had 100k channel points.
You have 100k
Yippee.
channel points?
I do.
Can you VIP yourself?
Moderators can't be VIP. You
Oh,
can't
that's-
have the same thing.
That's dumb.
I know. I want to collect all the badges, Smoj.
Imagine you're a mod, but you're not a VIP. Smoj.
I know. That's crazy. I want power and a ring. Why am I being nerfed like this?
I love that we're in a new city that nobody will hopefully throw us out of.
Or burn down looks at Matt's.
Or
They did that themselves. I just helped.
here's a lighter.
Do not promise I won't steal a boot.
Here's gas. VIPs are just rich. That's true. Alright. But, yeah. Hope you guys had a good session. You finished off the crabs. You made your way to this beautiful city here. And then you'll be doing a lot of cityscape exploring, shopping episode, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Dog
probably give
sniffing.
you something specific that I'd like from each of you, but that'll pertain to your backstory, so I'll probably send that in a private message. Hopefully.
Mm.
Anyway, and that's absolutely right, Adderall. Listen, Pyri.
What do you mean? It's not cheating if they don't catch us.
That would never happen. Anyway,
Never.
so we're gonna head off, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful Monday evening
Oh.
hanging out with us.
I have a thing to mention for next time because it is relevant, because next Monday the US does their dumb daylight savings thing, and so I think the time for the rest of the world is shifting.
Hmm.
So for people who do daylight savings, it's gonna look the same time, where it's 4 p.m. start PST, 7 p.m. EST. But for everyone else, it will shift forward an hour.
If time hurts your brain like it does mine, you can join the Discord and I will have a
Yeah.
local time displayed for you.
Yeah, local time is huge, but just know it. If you don't do that, it's probably an hour earlier for you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be mildly grumpy because we get an hour less sleep.
This is very true.
I'll just be
Worst
in
day of the
character.
year, on God.
My schedule doesn't change. but it does.
Yeah, you're the one place in the U.S. that is unaffected.
No, there's two.
You just have to deal with us.
It's us in Hawaii.
True.
In any case, so yeah, we'll be doing that. Lyrai, don't forget to do your final roll.
Mr. DM, I'd like to roll to steal your panties. The way I had that idea 10 minutes ago, but we were doing stuff, so I forgot. Okay, I didn't hit anyway. But
well, it was worth
again, memory of a goldfish.
shot.
I'm gonna get a D&D related notepad, like a really nice one, like a leather bound, like inscribed one that I'm just writing bullshit in.
Oh yeah,
That I'm
that's
gonna
called a
forget to
notebook.
look at. It will change nothing. Anyway. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for being here.
Bye.
You don't already have one, right? I don't have one either, which is very funny. I'm not the note taker in the local group, which might be surprising.
We've been taking digital notes for that sort of stuff, and I have a physical like note written on an old napkin about like how I can maximize my damage in combat that I keep in front of me always. And then other than that, no.
That's valid.
Bad at notes, brain Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
Is your brain not Etch-a-Sketch?
I'm saying my brain needs Etch-a-Sketch. It
Oh,
slowly starts to shake by the end of session.
that's fair.
Yeah, fair. Mine's just filled
Vibrating
with paragraphs that Mordred sent me and TDLR versions.
I love that.
Soup.
So,
Like, you got a lot of lore to work with, okay?
and I love it.
Oh, by the way, couple of things, real quick, because we're gonna raid out here momentarily. But firstly, if you like this really cool big map that I made, it's available on Patreon. You can get this version for free. You just gotta go there and sign up to be a member. It's a free thing. You don't gotta actually pay for it. Secondarily, we'll be back next Monday. I can't remember. I had a second announcement. I don't remember what that second announcement was.
Play
But
D&D.
Stay bold.
yeah, stay bold, everybody.